loan, it's really cool because you can access up to 100% of your home's value. Use that money to pay off credit cards, home equity lines, car loans, consolidate all your payments into one check per month, and close in 2 weeks. Most homeowners who do this end up cutting their overall monthly payments by $800. Loan Pronto's all-digital process makes it fast and easy. They're doing loans with super low APRs, and they love working with veterans. Call now to see what your options are. Call Loan Pronto at 999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
Universal Roof and Contracting is redefining roof replacement. You can protect your home and increase your curb appeal. Whether your roof has suffered storm damage or just worn out over time, they offer a broad array of roof materials, including metal, tile, or architectural shingles to suit your specific needs. They're the right choice for all your roofing needs. So visit universalroof.com to set up a complimentary roof inspection. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 1330747, CBC 1258484.
Hey there, all you sports dads rocking the best dad bod possible. We love seeing you eat tacos by the handful, and we love it when you bring your kids here too. For years, Lucy claimed that her favorite thing on the menu was sopapillas, the big scoop of ice cream. I know that's not a taco, but that never stopped her. I was shooting for Dad of the Year anyway, so I just let it happen. Taco Lou's a great place to bring the family. There's something for everyone, as long as it starts with a taco. And a margarita for mom is always a good thing. At Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
That's Mike saying good morning. It's the best he can do right now. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. What Mike could use is a fresh start. And Irish Spring Body Wash. The fresh scent of Irish Spring and those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset Mike needs. Now he's ready
to go to work.
It's Sunday. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at Walmart today.
Need cash? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all. Selling or pawning, get cash on the spot at Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
This is the flagship station of the Florida Gators. WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL.
1010XL.
Your home of the Florida Gators.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 16, 2015 PGA Championship Men's Golf, Jason Day wins, setting a major championship record of 20 under par, beating Jordan Spieth by 3 shots.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, pretty much doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I'm gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Are you still feeling the heat this summer? Looking to keep your cool? Look no further than Lloyd's Heating and Air. At Lloyd's Heating and Air, we're your go-to experts for all things HVAC. Whether you're building a new home, need a brand new AC installation, or just want to make sure your current system is running at peak performance, we've got you covered. Our skilled team specializes in new construction HVAC, making sure your home or business is comfortable from the moment you step inside. Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. CMC 1249834.
Mia here and my friends over at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned are fighting inflation and saving you even more. That pre-owned 2019 Toyota Corolla I told you about, it's no longer $1,000 down. It is now just $500 down and $288 per month. Or you choose a pre-owned 2020 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma, now just $500 down and $388 per month. With over 400 used cars in stock, plus more than 100 vehicles under $18K, Arlington is fighting inflation and saving you big time. Find out more at arlingtontoyota.com.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. If you're looking for a real solution to your thinning hair or hair loss, call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS.
What's causing your hair to fall out? Can your hair grow back? Get to the root of your problem with IHRS Hair and Scalp Analysis. This analysis magnifies your hair and scalp 400 times to see what procedures can restore your hair. Call right now for your free analysis, 904-777-IHRS, or visit hairforme.com. Stop wasting money on solutions that don't work. IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years. They are the only clinic to offer the trademarked multi-unit hair grafting PRP platelet-rich plasma and the NeoGraft FUE hair transplant procedure.
Schedule your free hair and scalp analysis today. Call 904-777-IHRS or visit hair4me.com. Hairforme.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal. Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Coogan's Go Time on a Wednesday morning. I see you out there. Drove past 3 plumbing trucks, 2 AC trucks, a couple lawn maintenance crews out and about this morning. 6 o'clock, they're spinning those wheels of commerce, doing more before 7 than most of them will do all day. And we are with you. Speaking of, my boys at Beatros Plumbing, they're up and at 'em, out and about right now, ready to handle all your plumbing needs. So remember, BeatrosPlumbing.com. It was good to see the Beatros, some of their crew out at Drill Golf Day on Monday. That was a good time. A lot of people got to meet E.T. I'm discovering something as we're out and about.
Talk to me.
And things that people ask me. Okay?
Yeah.
And you get this. You get it in person when they first meet you.
All the time.
What do they say? What's the most common thing people say to you when they're meeting you for the first time?
Oh, you don't look like how you sound.
I thought you were bigger.
Huh?
They think he's a big one in there because it's that voice, right? They think it's like I don't mean like a big, like, like they picture you like 250. I think.
They picture me about 6'5", 250.
Yeah, a big guy. No. Guys like that couldn't be challenging willy-nilly all over town other men to 40-yard dashes.
Hey, still heavy, though. Might not be 6'5", 250.
No, you ain't heavy.
Still heavy.
Oh, yeah, you're heavy. You're right. You remember the you may not. Somebody out there will, but there was an old like a prank call silly show on like Comedy Network. It was called Crank Yankers. Have you ever heard of that show?
I remember Crank Yankers,
right?
man.
Yeah, Crank Yankers, right? We're reinventing Crank Yankers.
Huh?
We've had 2 straight episodes in Atlanta. It's called Yank Spankers.
So y'all must be following up the Marlins.
Yeah, we're just yank spanking is what we're doing. We've invited down the big, bad Yankees to Atlanta, and we're just beating that ass, man. Right, Braves Nation, you feel me? Good. Kick them when they're down. These 2 New York teams back-to-back have been a thorn in the side to a degree. The Yankees certainly a much bigger, more painful thorn. You can't go back to the 90s and reclaim championships you lost to New York. The Mets are bluster and annoying, but the Braves always seem to tamp them out somehow. But I'm you never take for granted the good feeling of yank spanking. If you can bring the New York Yankees to town, I don't care who you are, any fan base in the country, if you can beat those boys like a rented mule and send them on their way, it's been a good couple 3 days. So we'll see how the last episode of Yank Spankers goes today in Atlanta. But after 5-0 last night, I think it was like 11-2, 11-3 Monday night. Braves, boy, much needed. Got a good pitching outing from Bryce Elder yesterday. Went 7 innings. He had just 1 hit. You know, he was an all-star, red hot early. He's not been pitching well lately. Boy, the Braves are a behemoth again. I feel silly. I was, here nervous, 2 weeks ago, the way things were trending. And like the dominant team they've been all year, they've bounced back. And, yeah, they're going to win 105 games and go in as heavy favorites. We'll see what kind of October magic awaits them. So, yeah, your Marlins took care of them like, what, 2 out of 3? 3 in a row? Something?
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3?
And
yeah.
on the third one, we scored like 5 in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I saw the worst bad beat story about that game. So there's this dude, he's played like a $10 parlay.
Okay.
It's got 6 or 7 legs. But they're all like long odds things to happen. It's just a mishmash of different, player props and game bets.
Yeah.
The $10 parlay is set to win $1 million. If the last thing to happen, if the Yankees beat the Marlins, they're up 5 going to the 9th.
Yeah. Oh, man.
If you're going to lose that last and final leg, just score 6 in the first and put me out of my misery. You are counting your money.
Yeah, just score 6 in the first. Oh.
It's like if you played the same Powerball numbers every week and then their numbers pop up, you can't believe it, you won, and then you go look and you've printed wrong, you've circled one number in wrong, and you're like, oh my God, what happened? It got ripped right from it. Can you imagine that? That game was put to bed. Bullpen in baseball, there's so many levels. Garrett Cole was on the mound. I mean, they had a 5-run lead with Garrett Cole. And the Marlins came back and won that game. So, anyway, that's enough baseball talk. Although, no, it's not. One other news blurb you may have caught as it scrolled across the bottom line or hit your social media feed. But our friend Daniel Murphy's journey of discovery has ended. He's retired after first starting in the independent league, getting picked up AAA by the Angels organization. Listen, dude hit 296. 38 years old, out of the game for 3 or 4 years. He's had that itch, right? He didn't want to wonder what if. He had picked up some new fundamentals and foundations from his, as he likes to call it, laboratory in his backyard.
The lab.
Carrying a baseball around. The dude would come in and join us on Wednesdays and show us his latest piece of video, some hitting stroke from some dude you've never heard of in 1890. And he took all those formulations and machinations and started, where 19-year-olds hoping to get a start, independent pro baseball. Raked up there. Who did he play for? Was it Staten Island? I can't remember. Coney Island? One of the islands up in the
islands.
Got picked up by the Angels organization. The hope being that after a couple of months in AAA, could have got the call up. Apparently got word that he wouldn't be a part of any September plans. The Angels are still somewhat in it, although they're slumping. But, yeah, Daniel announced his retirement, so gave it a hell of a whirl. It's going to be a fascinating conversation. Can't wait to have it. Can't wait till he joins us. What was the most pleasant surprise? As he, like I said, he hit right on his career average. Now, granted, he never made it back to the majors this go-round, but, he's a 295 career hitter in the majors, hit 296 this year in AAA in 50 games or so. But it'll also be what's his biggest disappointment. What didn't translate? What did he hope or think he might have happened or could have done that he didn't? And that there may be no answers. He may have done everything that he thought or hoped he could have done, and then the bug, has now been exterminated. Daniel, you can join the rest of us, and it'll be good to have him back on. At least we get a good friend and a great contributor to the program back in town, just in time for the home stretch of baseball. So, Daniel Murphy. All right, I'm like you when it comes to Coughlin news. I'm just scouring. I haven't seen anything released yet, if indeed the vote went through yesterday. This is where I will turn to Mr. Twitter when he gets here. Mr. Twitter probably, there's, probably threads in the Mr. Twitter's social media that give some indication exactly where things stand in that whole process. We did know that the arguments would be made yesterday. The assumption was the announcement would come soon. I looked last year when Coryell won. I think it was earlier in the year than this is right now. So I don't suspect it'll be a real long wait. I will double check those dates exactly. And it could be just a matter of it gets released today at X o'clock. I don't know. But again, Mr. Twitter's been busy, by the way.
The Mr. Twitter stay busy.
Hick had a busy day yesterday. He left the show and he went down to Gainesville for what has become a rapidly popular preseason entree that we serve up here at 1010XL on our various platforms, and that's the Gator Roundtable with the biggest and best of, Gator names. It's Steve Spurrier, Shane Matthews, Chris Doering. So look for that to drop here on a 1010XL. I took care of the Jaguars preseason roundtable version, had fascinating conversations about this year's Jaguars season with former Jag Aaron Beasley and Jag beat reporter for ESPN Mike Duraco. So if that hasn't dropped yet, it will shortly as well. So enjoy a couple of take you a nice long walk this weekend and check those out if you want. But it'll be interesting to see just how what the barometer reads for Dan after, getting in the belly of the beast down there, Gainesville, inside Spurrier's restaurant, talking ball with the boys. It's listen, I will say this, especially when it comes to Shane and even Chris Doering. If they don't think the Gators are going to be good at something, they'll tell you. The Doering was consistent on that throughout last year. Shane was consistent before the season started last year. And at least we talked to Shane when he was up here for high school media days, and who knows if he's right. 8-4 easy seemed to be his kind of mentality. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Spurrier thinks and some of the other chatter from down in Gainesville. And I'm sure he'll have some stories as well. He sent me a photo yesterday. If you were down at the University of Florida back in the day, you played any pickup hoops, and a lot of you did. By the way, something else from Drill Golf Day, right? Uh-huh. So we're done, and it's the end. I'd seen a cat earlier that I recognized, but gosh, you've been in Jacksonville so long, you recognize people all over the place. Couldn't quite place it at the time, right? And so we're in the little cocktail party after everyone's having their burger, maybe a couple cold ones. And a guy comes up to me and goes, "Hey, man, you may not remember me. We played, we played a lot of basketball back in school." I said, "Oh, yeah, I remember the dude. We hung out a little bit and stuff. Haven't seen him, though, since college, right? But I knew him from that subculture of pickup hoops. I was in that crew, bro. When we were done with class at 2:30, we ran hoops from 3 till 7.
Hitting the parks.
Every day, behind this dorm. Or, as the case were, and this is the story I'm going to round back to, inside the old Florida gym. The O'Connell Center had been built, but next to the football stadium, the Swamp, there's the Florida Gymnasium. Florida Gym, Alligator Alley. The Gators actually played basketball there back in, up until and through probably the 70s before the O-Dome was built. But if you ever played back then, you remember just how dark and cellar-like the Florida gym was. Like if you went and you ran hoops in there, it's just kind of that, the feeling of some indoor gyms. And he sent me a selfie yesterday. Guess where I am? And it is just like totally lit up, bright with paint, and I'm like, if I had to guess, I'd say Florida gym. I didn't say that in the response. I said, I don't know. I don't recognize that. And then after he told me, I was like, wow, yeah. Amazing what happens in 30 years. What do you mean? They painted it and made it nicer? Huh? Thought they just let it go. But also in Gainesville, Graham Mertz has met the media. I'll let you hear from him coming up this hour. Fred Taylor is going to join us a little bit later today, 9 o'clock this morning. That'll be fun. We've got team building here, team building exercise we call trivia with Get Smart John. That's due your way in about an hour. But we will start with, although I actually started about 10 minutes ago. As far as the thread of today's program, the biggest news that affects us here in Jacksonville is they are going to throw the young man to the Wolves, or in this case, the Jags. It'll be Anthony Richardson starting for the Indianapolis Colts when they take on the Jaguars in the season opener. I'm not surprised at all that the Colts ended up going with Anthony Richardson. You draft a guy number 4 overall. The new trend is you play him, right? They've already named Bryce Young the starter in Carolina. I imagine C.J. Stroud is going to get that call. He did for the first preseason game. I don't think it's official yet in Houston. I would suspect it will be. Listen, Richardson admitted he was shocked when he learned. Dude's made 13 career starts, 13 at the college level. Look at what Trevor went through his rookie year. He was 30-2 with a natty in college. 30-2. And had 12 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, and won 3 games his first year? It ain't easy. So Richardson admitting he was surprised and then asked the important question, are you ready?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't think I'll ever be, fully ready because there's always stuff I can learn, day by day. Just getting information from Gardner. He's been in the league for, 4+ years. So just gathering information from him, getting information from Coach Steichen, just working day by day. So as right now, I feel like I'm ready, but, who's to say if I'm ready or not.
Going to hear more from Richardson coming up this hour. Had some interesting comments. There's two prongs here, right? Gator Nation is interested in what Anthony Richardson does outside of that season opener against the Jags. That's a tough test. I have just one nagging memory. It just makes me mildly concerned about the opener and the Colts' choice of Richardson over Minshew. I've been consistent all along. I think from the Jags' perspective, your best path to victory is throwing a rookie out there in his very first start. He's going to be prone to some turnovers. He'll be confused. He'll have some plays. But there is one nagging memory that I have from a different player with a similar skill set and his debut and how it went. And I'll revisit that when we come back on the other side as well. Trent Baalke making the rounds nationally. Late last week, he was on the Rich Eisen show. And so there's some comments that, by the way, kind of paint the narrative for the national media. When they invite in the GM or the coach or the quarterback of a team that's on the rise and made the playoffs and big things are expected of, gets a little more respect than when they bring in a hopeful who's coming off of 7-10. So we will let you hear a little bit from what Baalke had to say. The Jags are off to, meanwhile, Detroit for some individual workouts. A guy who has really flashed is Devon Hamilton. Going to hear from him and his perspective on these joint practices and just how important a role that they fill. Hamilton on 1010XL yesterday. So I got a lot of good sound to share with you. Gator quarterbacks past and future, both Anthony Richardson and Graham Mertz you'll hear from. Devon Hamilton on the trip north, and, Trent Baalke on the team trending north. God knows we've gone south long enough. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. So glad to be able to share our morning with you. 641-1010. That's the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can reach out and touch us at that phone number as well. And as always, the email box is open. And coming later today, the third installment of Yanks Bakers.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
And now details on the sudden announcement that has captured the attention of the entire world and the most fabulous prize one could wish for. A lifetime supply of
1010XL.
This month, the Key Buick GMC receives special financing on GMC's rates as low as 0.9% for 36 months or 2.9% for 60 months and 4.9% for 72 months. Right now, save up to $10,000 on select new GMCs and no payments for 90 days. As always, a Key Buick GMC, whenever you buy a new vehicle, it always comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. We are professional grade. Key Buick GMC, corner of Southside and Gate.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or two. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Did you know that hot weather is worse for your car than cold? It's true. Extreme heat can evaporate your battery's fluids and cause corrosion. If you're having a hard time starting your engine, visit Batteries Plus. We'll test your battery free of charge. We have plenty of replacement batteries on hand. Plus, we offer installation on most makes and models, or upgrade to Premier installation for added protection. Stop by your nearest location or shop our selection online at batteriesplus.com.
You have separation anxiety from your pet? For any services, and I mean, maybe it's veterinary care, maybe you're going out of town, you have to board them. Pet Paradise checks all the boxes to put both you and your pet at ease. Location, location, location. They are all over town. There's a Pet Paradise near your neighborhood, but if you are headed out of town, how about the airport service? Pet boarding and day camp there, 24-hour pickup and drop-off. They make it easier for you. Inside of any and all Pet Paradise, you're going to find them doing it better than the other imitators. Here's why. Ultra-modern facilities. The best veterinary care with New Day Veterinary. They even have dog training now. Climate-controlled suites, a bone-shaped pool for them to play around in this hot sun. Most importantly, a staff who loves your pet like you do. For the pickiest pet parent, there is only one choice, the one that checks all the boxes. It's Pet Paradise. Find out more for yourself and locations near you at petparadise.com.
E.T. here for the Aesthetic Center. Come on, guys. It's time to shed that dad bod and score sculpted abs in just 4 easy treatments of the M-Sculpt Neo with Dr. Rappaport. Each treatment is equal to 20,000 crunches, no downtime, and it's not invasive. No more hiding under them baggy shirts. Get ready to show off your six-pack like your boy on game day. Call 808-2455 to get started. That's 808-2455. Or book an appointment online at JacksonSteadyCenter.com.
Have breakfast with Hall of Famer Tony Baselli. He may even bring his gold jacket.
I got a feeling he's going to be on his best behavior.
Monday mornings on The Drill. Brought to you by Epstein & Robbins DUI Defense Firm and Mr. Reuter Plumbing of Jacksonville. Breakfast provided by Chick-fil-A.
If you're living with heart disease and surgery is necessary, a top-rated heart surgery program is available to you at Baptist Health. The team at Baptist has the highest rating for heart bypass surgery by the Society of Thoracic Surgeons, the gold standard for quality and safety ratings. Ask your doctor to learn more or visit baptistjacks.com/heart.
People often ask me, Lee, do I have to take the roadside sobriety tests? The answer is no. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett. Auditioning for your freedom on the side of the road can be nerve-wracking. And although your refusal might be used in court, in many cases, it's better to think twice and talk with an attorney first. I have 25 years of experience defending those accused of DUIs and criminal charges all over Northeast Florida. I'm from here, I live here, and I'm here to help you if you need me. I love fighting for your rights. Know Before You Blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing summer specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
At Big Chief Tire, we care about your safety on the road. Frank Frangie here. We're proud to offer the best tire brands at affordable prices so you can drive safely and get more value out of your car without breaking the bank. Visit our new Orange Park location for brake repairs, tire replacements, oil changes, services, and more. Call 904-932-0950 or visit BigChiefTire.com to schedule an appointment at one of these 5 Jacksonville locations. We keep Jacks rolling.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With the weather now hot as can be, look ahead and get that backyard ready for fall with a new open air or screened-in enclosure. Maximize the space you have and make it great with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. They truly are the best in the business. So if you have the space and the idea, give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
The house is taking a beating this summer with all the in and out. Time to call Zero Res. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your tile and grout cleaned and sealed for 25% off. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
You also have a new addition, Calvin Ridley. How excited are you about that weapon?
Can't wait. I mean, me and him are equally as excited to play together because he's obviously hadn't played. He hadn't been on the field in forever. So just seeing him, how he's worked, I think that makes me more excited than anything. Like, he's so ready to go. Like, he's been here every time I need something. He's like, we throwing? Like, we ready? Like, let's go. And I'm like, all right, I need a couple weeks. Like, let me get settled in this off season, and then we'll start working. Camp's coming. But he's just chomping at the bit to go. And to see that and to see how he's fit in with our other receivers, it's been so seamless. Like him, Christian, Zay, all those guys, Ag, they just taking care of each other. And I'm excited for our group. It's gonna be a fun year, and he looks good. He's a freak. I mean, I can't wait. And then obviously Evan, that's my guy. And these pieces are starting to solidify. And you need a good crew around you if we want to go the distance. And I think we're putting it together.
You know who that is. That's Trevor Lawrence. And you may have recognized the voice of the man who asked him the question. That's Fred Taylor. Freddie, by the way, going to join us 9 a.m. today. So set your alarms for that one. But, that is the podcast, The Pivot.
The Pivot podcast featuring Fred, of course, Channing Crowder, and Ryan Clark.
It's blown up. It's a big one. It's a good one. It'll be a fun one for you to follow, and it's a good platform for Fred to continue to pound his Hall of Fame drum, and good for him for doing it. Don't stand by and let people forget you. Your numbers stack up. Keep reminding them they do. Every time someone looks at, what's Fred Taylor talking about? And they're going to Google. They're going to open up the Google machine. All-time leading rushers. Huh, really? 17th? What? Every single running back around him is already in the Hall of Fame? Wait, nobody active is going to catch him? So good for Fred. Hey man, we'll fluff up that pillow with him, right?
I mean, y'all been known to put people in the Hall of Fame. I'm just saying
it happens. Maybe we get Fred to agree to the deal.
It all starts with Dan Hickett and Jeff Prosser.
Thank you. Yes, Tony recognized. Tony sold 3 minutes of his fame to us to get in. When we said, if you put us in, we'll get you in. We said it. I would love to have Tom in studio just to ask him that, just to see his face.
I want to see his face.
I do it, too. I would ask him.
Sure.
I'm comfortable enough to ask him. Just say, what the blazes? Well, here, Tom, take a listen. This is what I'm talking about. Could you do just something a little like this about Dan and I?
It all starts with Dan Hickett and Jeff Prosser, who, by the way, belongs on this stage really soon. Thanks to meeting Dan Hickett and Jeff Prosser. You made us winners. I always respected you. And I'm more grateful for you, Dan Hickett and Jeff Prosser, with every passing year. And Dan Hickett and Jeff Prosser.
Oh, what a bunch of clowns we are. Hey, thank you, Tony. We appreciated that. It got it to be a little embarrassing, but
it's heartwarming, man.
We certainly appreciated that. Oh, boy. We had, a good crowd yesterday on hand for the final open practice of camp. Now the team has flown off to Detroit. Trevor hit on something there, just talking about all the weapons. That was taped a little earlier this offseason. I think the reason he singled out Evan is because it was probably close to the time that Evan Ingram got his new contract, and you knew he would be a part of it. But, Doug Peterson said it the other day, wide receivers are going to make it hard on him to decide those roster spots. Jacob Harris said, we played the soundbite for you yesterday from Doug, mentioning these guys by name. Jacob Harris, Seth Williams, Kevin Austin Jr., and more. I mean, a bunch of dudes between camp and then in that first game. We know about Ridley, Kirk, Agnew, and Jones. They're going to be the first four out, but there's another one, and I would imagine they would make it two spots. You've got the rookie. You don't want to just cut bait on that. And he's been good. I mean, Parker Washington is not like he's falling behind. He's a rookie. I would think he's going to have the leg up on that first spot. It only leaves you one, and that means you're going to leave 4 or 5. Elijah Cooks is an undrafted rookie. He had a 36-yard catch the other day. He's made a bunch of grabs in camp. It's going to be tough, man. It's a tough spot for the Jags and for these guys. And I will say this, don't get too down, fellas. The bottom of that 5 or 6 that get released, they're going to get a chance somewhere. They're going to get picked up. They're going to at least, I would imagine the Jags would try and put them all in the practice squad, a bunch of them at least. So it's good to have that. It's good to have that backup, right?
Good problems.
You need that depth. That's right. Those are good team problems. Meanwhile, it's a trip north. Jags and Lions. By the way, this game has drawn the national assignment on NFL Network. That doesn't mean there's a national crew, but NFL Network during the preseason will pick and choose select games from preseason games, and they show the whole game, right? And they have gone ahead and picked up that 1 o'clock kickoff for Lions and Jags. So it'll go natty in addition to here, as yesterday the NFL Network revealed the broadcast schedule for what they would be showing nationally. So, and makes sense, right? What a good meeting this is, especially if it were a preseason meeting. Who knows? Could be a Super Bowl matchup. Crazier things have happened. These are two good football teams who are going to take advantage of this opportunity to practice against each other. Devon Hamilton was on with the Blue last night and talked about the importance of these kinds of workouts.
I feel like it's very important. After a while in camp, you've gone against the same people every single day. You kind of know their moves, kind of know what they're going to do and whatnot. So it's good to mix it up a little bit, get us a new look, and just go out there and compete.
There's buzz that Hamilton could explode this year. Hey, it's optimistic buzz, but it's buzz. I mean, there's buzz that from the tackle, he could become more of a pass rush threat from the inside. We saw him have a sack in the preseason opener. There's thought that he could graduate up to that 6 to 10 sacks. Not easy to get him from the tackle position, but Stroud and Henderson used to. Gary Walker did. We haven't had an interior pass rusher. I guess Calais would move some inside, but you felt he was more of a D end, right? His size and his body. We haven't had that interior pass rusher who's consistently gotten to the quarterback to that 8 to 10 range. Devon Hamilton perhaps could be that. By the way, the boys down there have ears when it comes to the fan concern and the media speculation about a lack of pass rush.
Put in the work. I mean, that's all you can really do. I mean, obviously we weren't where we were. Well, we weren't what we wanted to be last year, and it's definitely been a big emphasis for us.
And I would expect a healthy year is going to give us a surprising total from Hamilton. Wouldn't be surprised to get him up there 5 to 8, and that would be great for the over 35 3-1 wheel bet. You bet it would. Trent Baalke was on the Rich Eisen show, and he threw him a nice softball right out of the gate, and that is this, because I don't care where you go around town. We're all so excited. Let's just high-five each other. Just walk around town. It'll be our little Jags night. Just high-five any and everyone, strangers, because we're in this together as for the Jaguar football team that's finally going to take us to fun places. I'll remind you what an awesome January we had. Well, we're going to have that from September to January and hopefully into February moving forward. And then guess what? Next year at this time, we're going to do it again. And then the next year, we're going to have those same happy thoughts. Expectations will change, right? Satisfaction levels change as that'll come with expectations, which here's how I think the Jag timeline plays out. Team makes that big improvement this year, goes 12-5, 13-4, maybe all the way to a conference championship game. And this time next year, they are talked about as a Super Bowl contender. It's time with Trevor Lawrence going into year 4. They will be right up there on par, I believe, with the Bills and the Bengals, and or whoever it is from the AFC who this year claims it. AFC so much better than the NFC. You feel like the AFC champion's going to win the Super Bowl, don't you? You sell me anybody from the NFC beating a red-hot Chiefs, Bengals, Bills, Ravens, Jags, Charger, I mean, any of them?
Sheesh.
Probably not, right?
Loaded.
So, the softball question is, what's the mood around the Jags organization these days?
The mood is very good. I think, we just moved into a brand-new facility, state-of-the-art facility, so we've got all the tools we need here to do some good things. I think there's a lot of excitement coming off of last year, and Coach and I talk all the time, that last year's over. It's a new year, new challenges, new football team. Even though there's a lot of the same faces, every year the team's a little bit different. So we're excited about the way they're working, the way they're coming to work every day, the attitudes that they have. It's a young group. It's a fun group. It's got a lot of energy. And, of course, Coach, I think, does as good a job as anybody of messaging these guys and working with these guys.
Then, listen, Baalke spent the majority of the interview basically being on-site reporter for Rich Eisen and his audience, right? Calvin really hasn't missed a beat. Looks good. Trevor's development continues to be impressive. The rookie class, they're excited about. They should be. What we've seen so far, it's been good returns, and man, it's very, very early. Returns aren't measured until we get to regular season for sure. And then there's this question, and it's an obvious one. There's never going to be a situation here with Trevor Lawrence, how important he is, what he means to the organization. I shouldn't say never. Who knows? I don't think we're ever going to be in like a Lamar Jackson situation here. Balky knows it'll be time to pay the generational quarterback soon enough, and that'll be sooner than before this rookie contract ends, most likely.
Yeah, I think that's an expectation that we're all aware of, and it's going to happen sooner rather than later. But, you know, we got a lot of ball to play this year, and we'll worry about that when the time comes.
But it's coming, clearly, right?
Yeah, I guess the safe bet would be to say yes.
Yes, it would. Hello, $500 million man. That's going to be, I mean, you see what some of these other cats are pulling in. That's where he'll be. He'll be slotted right in line with all those guys and the money that they are making.
Oh, me, Mr. Big Checks.
Oof. Think we big step? All right. Anthony Richardson gets it, right? He gets it. He knows what it means to be the Colts quarterback. He knows that when a difference maker is the Colts quarterback, special things have happened. I'll just drop 3 names on you. Unitas, Manning, and Luck.
Not yet, because I haven't done anything yet. Those guys, they've done a lot here, for the people here. So, I'm just getting started. I'm just trying to continue to push and work for it. So when the time does come and the moment does come that people, ask about me and my career here, hopefully it's all a good thing.
But he has, he has a high ceiling, okay? And he's not, he ain't in this to be okay.
Greatness, I talked about it before. I want to be great, I want to be remembered, I don't want to just be one of those guys like, okay, he was in the league. I want my legacy to be remembered forever, and I'm working, just trying to work forever and build, championships here with this team and this organization.
All right, I had one flashback when I was considering this season opener and how tough it's going to be for Anthony Richardson going up against a good playoff team without a ton of experience. He certainly was going to add a dimension that, to be honest with you, even facing Lamar and some other great quarterbacks, the size, speed, combo. I mean, Anthony Richardson, in a year that most Gator fans were disappointed with how he ran the football, had the highest yard per carry among any D1 quarterback a year ago. Dude is an explosive weapon. You can chase him around, get a guy out of position in zone, and that joker can go 80 down the sideline and score. It can happen.
I see that play in my head, the way he was pulling away from those DBs, man. It's crazy.
Okay, so here's what scares me. I remember another quarterback who came into the league. Now, he came in with more fanfare. He was a Heisman winner. He was certainly had more experience as a collegian, but there were still plenty of red flags, and you wondered, is it too early? When Robert Griffin III made his first start of his career, he went to the New Orleans Saints to open 2012. To refresh your memory, the Saints were a power in 2012. They were a power from the mid-2000s till all the way through the, 5 years ago, that whole Drew Brees. And he went in, and he went 19 for 26. He threw an 88-yard touchdown pass, 320 overall. Also ran it for 50, and they upset the Saints on the road with his dual threat ability. Now, again, RG3 was a much, much, much better college football player than Anthony Richardson, and came in with the experience and the success that probably gave him a little more swag, a little more real confidence, not spoken confidence, but real confidence going in. But I can't shake at least an offshoot fear that dude's skill set. Now, I think it gets overcompensated for. I do. I mean, I don't – the other side of it, you're making your first start, and you didn't make many college starts. The Jags are going to tear him apart is what I believe. But he does have that, and I think that between the Jags – and by the way, we don't know if Jonathan Taylor's even going to play. He's still not back in pads yet. I mean, we're coming. Seems like maybe he'll need a week off before he's ready to go. We'll see. But, yeah, it will be Anthony Richardson. They made that announcement yesterday. Meanwhile, there'll be a lot of attention. There is not a lot of belief among Gator Nation privately or publicly in Graham Mertz, the quarterback that they got from Wisconsin. People certainly aren't sold on. He was never an accurate, game-breaking quarterback at Wisconsin. But he met the media now that he's been named starter. Says he was obviously elated. I'm sure the expectation when he chose Florida was that he would be the starter. Says he appreciates the history of quarterbacking at Florida. There have been a lot of great ones, right? Tebow and Grossman and Werfel and Matthews and Anthony Richardson. While he didn't do a bunch at Florida, went higher as a quarterback draft pick than any of the others. Says he loves the Florida offense. Loves it in Gainesville. And he's excited to show people what he and this football team can do.
I'm excited. I'm very excited about what this offense can be. I mean, I think just from the start of camp till now, we've made strides in taking care of the ball, being aggressive, taking what the defense is giving us. And when we have that opportunity to strike, we will. I mean, I think right now I love the spot our offense is at, but we have a set amount of practices left before that first game that we can take strides, and we will take strides in all those areas.
So we will see the first measuring stick for Florida comes in a big one, a Thursday night. It really kicks off the football season, national TV at Utah. And again, Hick was in Gainesville yesterday for the Gator preseason roundtable with Spurrier, Matthews, and Doring. So we'll pick his brain a little bit on what the thought is down there, the chatter around Gainesville. Meanwhile, it's been a real nice. If you're among the sorts that don't pay attention until about recruiting until the end of this football season, you might be in for a surprise in what's happening in our own backyard here. An incredible recruiting turnaround for two programs. One that's had a winning season to help spur them, and that's Florida State. We told you 16 of their 22 starters this year came via the transfer portal. That's because the recruiting classes have been kind of meh, between 15 and 25. The Noles have had a hot summer. They're up into the top 5 of the recruiting rankings. And Florida and Billy Napier got another one yesterday. They went into Louisiana and got another 4-star corner that's lifted them a spot in the recruiting rank. I think they sit 3 and FSU 5 now in the On3 conglomerate, which looks at all the different recruiting sites. So real success stories in recruiting happening in our own backyard here that, certainly sets the foundation for the kind of program you're going to be year in and year out. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, LSU. They're not good. Clemson year to year if they're not, pumping out top-rated recruiting classes. We're back with a football fix next on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Former Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson will be the starter for the Indianapolis Colts when they kick off the season at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Week 1. Jaguars are the 3.5-point favorite of that matchup, total 43.5. Coming up this week, the Jaguars laying 4 at the Detroit Lions in Week 2 of the preseason. The total 39.5 at Ford Field in Detroit. Thursday, it's the Eagles, a 3.5-point favorite over the Cleveland Browns. Atlanta Braves today, minus 205 at home against the New York Yankees. 10 over the total at Truist Park. The Yankees have lost 4 straight. Get your free VSiN subscription right now at VSIN.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
The following people are under the influence of no air conditioning.
Oh, man.
Is it ever hot? I can't get up. My legs are stuck to the chair.
Can guys go through menopause?
Why?
I think I'm having a hot flash.
Don't let no AC happen to you. Call Duck Duck Air Conditioning, available 24 hours a day, and they'll fix it right the first time. When your AC system needs a repair, it's time to call Duck Duck Air, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckac.com. Duck Duck Air Conditioning, a division of Duck Duck Rooter.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba,
Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Frank Frangie here. Do you find yourself straining to catch every word, missing out on the sweet sounds of life? Then you need to go to see Jerry Howard at Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates. His team will assess your hearing needs with a free screening and recommend a personalized solution. Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates offers professional quality hearing health care with the most competitive pricing. Call 404-5108. That's 404-5108 or visit PonteVedraHearing.com today.
Hey, gang, you know we love trivia. I got some trivia for you. Did you know that the only 2% of U.S. beef is graded prime? ABBQ is the only Northeast Florida barbecue restaurant that uses only prime brisket and slow smokes using only wood. The slow-cooked prime brisket cooked using only wood produces the most succulent, mouth-watering brisket you'll ever taste. So come and experience the prime brisket at ABBQ, where the taste is always unforgettable. Visit us today. Satisfy your cravings for the best barbecue in town at ABBQ. Come meet and drink with us.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. Pads will pop, and the practice field will rock. Get daily training camp coverage brought to you by Kingfish Pest Control and Roland Reach Plumbing. That's it on 1010XL.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
You dream it, we build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Gather the family when it's time to retire. Enjoy the warmth of a cozy fire. Now we're cooking in the great outdoors. That's what outdoor kitchens are for. You dream it, we build it. CSS.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping clients all over Florida with their construction perm loans for 34 years. Construction perm loans are not easy to find because a lot of banks and credit unions don't understand them, and therefore they don't like to do them. Well, your problem is solved. Trustline Mortgage wants to help you build your dream home. Our construction perm loans are single close, so you save money by not having to close twice, like with other lenders. Some of our construction perm loans allow you to lock in your interest rate up front. And if interest rates go down, we'll give you the better rate. We offer up to 100% VA loans, up to 96.5% for FHA loans, and up to 95% for conventional loans. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. That's 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you build your dream home. Or visit our website at TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing lender. MLS number 331480.
active and pain-free. That's the ticket. Dr. George Barry here, and I know that's the goal of every patient I see. They want the best possible care so they can go back to enjoying life. That could be pick up basketball, golf, tennis, running, or just working out. It all requires you to be as healthy as you can be. If joint pain is taking its toll on your active lifestyle, come see me at Barry Orthopedics. We have locations all over Jacksonville and can diagnose and treat even the most severe joint pain. A homegrown Jacksonville practice. Find out more at barryorthopedics.com.
Universal Roof and Contracting is redefining roof replacement. You can protect your home and increase your curb appeal. Whether your roof has suffered storm damage or just worn out over time, they offer a broad array of roof materials, including metal, tile, or architectural shingles to suit your specific needs. They're the right choice for all your roofing needs. So visit universalroof.com to set up a complimentary roof inspection. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CCC 1330747, CBC 1258484.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back here. It's a Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday. Beach Rose family, named synonymous with plumbing excellence for a lot of years around these parts, so you can trust beachroseplumbing.com when it comes to your next project or emergency. I'm getting a text on that. Rather than go back and forth, I'll explain. I've got a couple of these. Bottom line, people wonder, so will we get the NFL Network broadcast or will we get the TV 47 broadcast? And my point is, when the NFL Network shows a preseason game, they are just plucking the local broadcast from one of the two affiliates. And then I said it might be blacked out here locally. Excuse me. I mean, the NFL Network might not be able to show the Jags game locally because TV 47 wants that exclusively. I don't mean the game itself will be blacked out here on the TV 47 feed. I'm saying it's a national TV game. They picked it up in those local markets. My guess would be that NFL Network will not be on NFL Network here because that would compete with, the official station and their ability to exclusively show the preseason game. So I got a speed trap alert, ET. I'll go ahead and get one of these out if it's going to be that kind of day. We're here for you. Appreciate the call in. And the speed trap alert is brought to you by my friends at Catlin Truck Accessories, radar detection, and more. I come for the radar detection, stay for the roll and lock. Truck guy would not be who he is without that spray-in bed liner and roll and lock bed cover. Oof. A whole new ball game, my man. Wasn't sure I'd like the truck, in fact. I mean, that's perhaps overstated. I'm liking the truck a lot more than I even expected. Let's put it that way. Right now, 9B. That's that little stretch of road there that between, 95 and 295, I guess. Best way to describe that. If you drive it, you know it. And if you're there, there's a speed trap. So keep those speeds down. We shouldn't have to tell you this. Keep that cash in your pocket. Fire up the band. We got a football fix. Brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. You're never in a fix. You might have a situation you need help with. That's what Mandy and her expert team are there for. I've kind of said this all along. You know how good your insurance agent is when you need them. Not when you write the premium check and send it in. Hopefully you'll never have to find out, but if you do, Mandy's your girl. So the Tuohys are completely disputing Michael Oher's claim. And, they're alleging it's a shakedown. You can read both sides. I think that in a rush to make these stories as fantastic as possible, I mean, to just all of a sudden deem these Tuohys as these, victimizers seems a little much. And no one's discounting how Michael Oher feels about the whole thing. But I saw a story yesterday. I read a story on it, E. And to that end, did you know that in the movie, it's never stated or hinted that he's adopted? Yeah. It's not. Watch it. Watch it.
I've watched the movie many times.
They never say they adopted him. They never said he was adopted. They took him in and they helped him. And the conservatorship, they say, had to be signed in order for him to go to Ole Miss. But, yeah. You don't believe me.
I'm over here like, dang.
I forget who wrote the column. Whitlock, maybe?
He says. No neck.
Hey, well, that's true. Anyway, just from a factual standpoint, I don't know. I read the excerpt. I didn't read a whole column. It may not have been him either. I don't remember. I know what you did there. Sean Payton, he ain't worried about no injuries. Javonte Williams tore his ACL last season. Payton's going to play him in this preseason game this weekend. You do you. The Jets are fired up about this new running back room with Dalvin Cook added to Breece Hall. In fact, they are saying that both will be ready to play week 1. All right, are the Jags a Super Bowl hopeful? They are here. Is that their perception nationwide? Bill Barnwell of ESPN ranked the 14 Super Bowl hopefuls, and he did it by kind of attacking what their biggest flaws are. First and foremost, do we crack that list? We'll get into that a little bit later this morning. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers and Mandarin. Hit can arrival more come your way next. Team building with trivia against Get Smart John is, 20 minutes out. And you're locked and loaded for a Betros Plumbing Wednesday. Back with more next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
There's an energy and drama to play-by-play sports.
This crowd, a big factor.
You never know what's going to happen.
Wow!
Feel the energy on 1010XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
The First Coast has voted. Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is proud to be chosen as Bold City's best in the orthopedic practice and physical therapy and rehab centers categories once again. For the last 29 years, JOI has continually strived for the highest level of orthopedic surgery and rehab care. As the needs of the community evolve, so will they. That's why coaches, parents, and athletes choose JOI. Call them at JOI 2000 or visit JOI.net. JOI, where the pros go.
Lauren Brooks here for Hodges Mazda, your hometown Mazda dealer. Hodges Mazda strives to ensure a satisfying and comfortable car buying experience. The sales staff doesn't work on commission, allowing Hodges Mazda to put your best interest first. Hodges Mazda is located right up the road and has a large selection of new and used vehicles to choose from. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with 2 years free maintenance. And even if you don't buy a vehicle from Hodges Mazda, they will still buy your vehicle. Visit Hodges Mazda today during the Season of Discovery sales event or shop online at HodgesMazda.com.
In your free time, the last thing you want to do is clean your house.
Right.
First Coast Home Pros offers luxurious maid services you can trust. Weekly, bi-weekly, or even one-time deep house cleaning. FirstCoastHomePros.com. FirstCoastHomePros.com.
Toilet or shower not draining? Water bill high? So many issues you want to cry? Call Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Have your number 2 business serviced by your number 1 plumber. Let us do your dirty work. Call us today.
Mr. Rooter, Mr. Rooter.
Let me get this thing unwrapped here.
Duval! Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the country that offers multi-unit hair grafting, FUE NeoGraft hair transplants, and the 45-minute effective PRP treatments.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
Thank you, IHRS. IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Schedule a free evaluation and find out how to grow your hair back and keep the hair you have. Call 904-777-IHRS. Take the first step to restoring your hair today. Visit hairforme.com.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years.
Call now for a free in-person or virtual evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
Hi, Flying Jack O here, sports fans. Boy, is it hot. It's hot for the girls, too. And when I'm feeling the heat, I head for Woody's and pick up a good old-fashioned family feast.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
The house is taking a beating this summer with all the in and out. Time to call Zero Res. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your tile and grout cleaned and sealed for 25% off. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Ackerman Urology offers the most advanced options for improving men's health and vitality. Their board-certified urologists treat all prostate disease and sexual health issues. Call their new location on Atlantic and Hodges or visit AckermanUrology.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. Former Gator QB Anthony Richardson is being thrown into the fire when it was announced he will be the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts this season. Richardson beat out former Jag QB Gardner Minshew for the starting gig. In a ranking of SEC quarterbacks, UF's Graham Mertz was number 14. However, his honor was with being named the starting QB for the Gators.
You know what this program has been, who has come through here. It's my duty to respect that and honor that every day.
The University of North Florida's men's basketball team announced on Tuesday they will open up the season at home for the first time in 11 years. They'll have road games at Iowa, LSU, Florida State, Georgia, and Miami to highlight its non-conference schedule. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Concierge Capital Management. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:04, 78 degrees, time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
By Farrah & Farrah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it! Yes, sir!
Chasing after that dollar like it'll slow down my hurry. Settle all my worries.
Emmanuel, are you in there today?
Yeah, no it.
Hey, Emmanuel.
Talk to me, Daniel.
Interesting. Here on August 16th, I was just wondering. The calendar says August 16th, but around here on the drill, what day is it?
Down here on the drill, when it hits midday, we call that the humpity hump. It's a hump day.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it couldn't be, and I couldn't be any happier.
Wow. Are y'all gatored up? Do you have any more optimism? What are your thoughts on Florida after the big roundtable discussion yesterday?
Let me tell you, on a personal note, shoot it through my veins, Pros. You know what I did after? Here's
you
what
went to Alligator Alley.
Oh, here's what I did.
They brightened that place up a little bit, didn't they?
I think they did it a few years ago.
That thing used to look like when we played basketball. It was a dungeon. How dark it was, right? I couldn't believe that. Yeah.
But anyway, I sent Jeff a picture,
in the alley. But this is what I did yesterday. This is how I coursed the orange and blue through my veins. Through my veins.
Mainlining. That's what you did.
Through my veins. As I went down there with my son and his girlfriend. His girlfriend's starting school there this fall.
Oh, okay.
So,
you give her a little preview, take her around the joint?
Yeah, that's what I did. So
had she been there before?
Yeah, but she hadn't seen.
I got you.
A couple things. So I'll get to Spurrier is a national treasure for
He's
us.
a trip.
I love the guy, and he's just so funny. And Shane and Doring are great, and Doring will join us throughout the fall again on Tuesdays, I believe. So looking forward to that. He's does a great job. He's standing tall with his LSU bets. He's not backing down at all on his LSU bets.
What are the what?
He makes a bet with that Peter Burns guy, his LSU guy. Like, he had to wear the whole LSU baseball uniform on a flight to Charlotte over the summer, and they do. It's a wheel thing for them. They've taken the wheel and they've done it nationally.
Okay.
Because as bad as it is, it's not as bad as some of the ones that we've had to do. We'll compare one time with Chris. But anyway, so we go to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, which, if you haven't been there yet, they just celebrated 2 years. They're one of the best restaurants.
What'd you have for grub? Did you eat?
No, they don't open
no
till
kitchen
later.
Yet.
So we go someplace else.
I expect a man of your significance to, require the cook to come in a little early and
it's
serve
way.
something
I don't
up.
think they open in the off season.
I still haven't
4.
been there. Have you been there outside of your visits to talk with them?
One time. It's
kind of on the other side of town, right? If you're coming from here.
If you're
Is
the
it
way
up by
we
the
go,
mall?
where you turn on University, you keep going down to you go down to 75. You go up one exit to the Archer Road Celebration.
So you got to go all the way through town.
It's an extra 10 minutes.
Right, because Gainesville's small.
Correct.
Yeah.
People always think, it's the other side, and it is.
But you keep going right past the swamp. You go right up University, all the way past the Oaks Mall.
Yeah, it was 67 miles from here. It's not far. Anyway.
Now, if you're going straight there, do you still go through Gainesville, or do you go over to 75 and come down? That's probably
when I went to what now? When I went to Spurrier's?
Yeah.
I kept going.
You went through
I don't turn on
Gainesville.
University. I keep going. And then I hit
I
75
got you.
and I jump up an exit.
I just meant, would you come around, take I-10 out to Lake City down there?
Oh, that way, yeah. That's the way I go.
Oh, you did do that?
From here.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, we had Shane on a couple weeks ago. He's bullish.
For sure.
He's excited. He thinks Graham Mertz is going to be better than everybody. So he's like the most positive of the three. Spurrier is sort of in the middle, 7 wins. Talked about the importance of winning a bowl game again. He's old school, and he made a point, and he was right. He said, look, the number 1 pick and the number 2 pick overall played in their bowl games at Alabama. So he goes, I'm not telling any kid he shouldn't, but bottom line is when the best team stops doing it, then you can do it. But until then, everybody should play in their bowl games.
Okay.
That's his opinion. And that's fine. I dig that. So we talked about that, and then Doring is less optimistic, but Shane's brought him around a little bit. But the buzz in Gainesville is Ricky Pearsall's been uncoverable. The young kids are going to be good as receivers. You know how it is.
Yeah, I buy the young kids.
SEC people, they love the defensive coordinator.
Sure.
They
But
think
that
he's
doesn't
gonna be-
always
I know.
manifest right out of the gate.
I looked at Florida's 96 team. Spurdog, they scored 611 and gave up 221 that year. Last year's team scored 380 and gave up 380, basically.
Right. And it's been that way.
Yeah, it's been that way. So,
And that's forgotten about the Urban and Spurrier years, is that now Spurrier would have these clanky years every now and then where the defense was bad.
Yeah, but
most of the time they
he
were
had
really
good
good.
defenses.
For
And
sure.
he talked about that
Yeah.
yesterday. And we talked because, his significant win for him was that Alabama game when we went out there and beat them
17-10, year one.
17-13. And they blocked a punt. And
Didn't Will White have the 3 picks that game?
You'll have to check.
I think he did.
Is that Hollinsworth was a quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that would be the defense.
It's
that played so
1990,
well.
right?
Yeah, it was the first year, right?
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
second week. So anyway, but the point I made about that was, and this was vintage Spurrier, and nobody did this we had never seen this before. But Spurrier, if Spurrier had the ball on his own goal line, he would play action, throw it deep. And he did that in that game. Shane hit Ernie Mills for a big gainer.
Will White, 3 interceptions.
Yeah. And then Spurrier also, anytime there's a turnover on the other side of the 50, it's bombs away. We all knew it was coming,
Sure.
and he would. That was the beauty of Orr. So That's where they are with this team.
So it sounds like they're kind of a cross section of Gator Nation. There's some a little more optimistic or hopeful that of what you should get in year 2 under a new coach.
And Shane is of the ilk. You should never lose to the Vandies and the
Kentuckys,
South Carolinas.
You should be Tennessee at home.
Yeah.
I think one thing that you do lose sight of, Hick, when you have such a bad year in back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a lot of good players down there.
Mm-hmm.
They just haven't had any success, so you don't think they're any good. That's why the coaching staff in year 2, it's so important. You've had them now for a whole year and part of another to get the most out of these guys. Florida hadn't been trotting out the recruiting class number 42 in the country.
Right.
You see teams have more success with less heralded players. TCU last year, let's look at their recruiting classes for the 4 years moving up. And I'm not suggesting you can have a TCU breakout, don't get me wrong, but the point is, and this is what I go with, and it's speaking out of both sides of your mouth. I don't think you should end up on the hot seat or you should be fired no matter what happens this year. But I think if you're a difference maker moving forward with big things ahead, you show something in year 2.
Yeah.
You don't go 6-6.
And that's of Shane's ilk.
Okay, we'll find out.
So, and we finished up there, and
I mean, even Will Muschamp, Dan, went from 7-6 to 11-1.
Yeah,
I don't care how he got there. I don't care.
But it was a fake 11-1.
Well,
because it was. I mean, Jeff, they never got it back again.
Yeah, but here's the deal, though. He was signing top 3 recruiting classes, so even their fake 11-1, you fire him when he goes, 8-4.
Yeah,
which is a high. Now we're hoping to be 8-4. We're firing guys for that at Florida.
Yeah. But so anyway, we finished up there. Then we went to the Swamp. The new Swamp, which is it's the same Swamp, but it's in a different location now.
Are you talking about Swamp, the
restaurant?
Oh, okay. Where did that move to? You don't know. You don't know anything. Never mind. I don't say that.
It's across from 13th Street. It's
up by the Holiday Inn where Burrito Brothers.
Yeah, but past there.
Past going out of town, just past the McDonald's and the Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. And it's
why
not
is everything I remember out of Gainesville based on food?
But the problem is all those are different now, so you can't necessarily
So there's
when you say Burrito Brothers, there's
right,
no
right.
Burrito Brothers,
but for us, I'm saying for my head. But there's still a McDonald's and a Krispy Kreme, no?
There's a McDonald's.
Yeah. The big, the Leonardo's is on the other corner, and the Holiday
Leonardo's
Inn.
ain't there
That's
anymore
gone
either.
too.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're building condos.
I don't go in that way. When I go to Gainesville, I go in the back way. So I haven't been at that little section in a lot of years.
But anyway, so my son's girlfriend hadn't been. So we went and found her dorm where she's going to be staying, and she's lucky. She's getting these brand new dorms across from Beatty Towers they're working frantically to finish because she's moving in Friday, and then we kind of walked campus to find her her classes. So man, it was great, man. We bopped into. She has a chemistry class in Weimer Hall, which makes no sense to me, but that's what it says on her thing.
That's journalism.
Yeah.
Huh.
Carlton Auditorium.
Maybe it's Anchor Chemistry.
Chemistry Building, Matherly, just some old places that we used to go. But there are some buildings on there that weren't there when we were there. So it's amazing. Like I told my son, there was a building that said 1988 on it. I go, you see that building? He goes, yeah. I go, you think that's an old building? He goes, yeah. I go, that building didn't come up till after I was gone. He goes, dang, you're old, Dad. I go, you think? So anyway, but it was fun. It was fun to walk around the campus when there wasn't a lot of people there. And then we got hit by an afternoon thunderstorm, which always happens.
We had those. They rocked through my area.
Yeah. Well, they rocked through Gville, too.
Area yesterday.
Anyway, it was a lot of fun. So we'll drop that round table, I think, next week. So they'll put that together, and it'll be it's if you're a Gator fan, I mean, for me, it's one of the funnest days I have because I could sit there and talk to Spurrier, Matthews, and Doring for 5 hours. That's how much I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
I dubbed you earlier today. I've never done this before, but Mr. Twitter, and I only did that from this standpoint. You're a lot more active and engaged than I thought.
Yes.
Maybe is there any news on social media where the whole coaching contributor thing stands? Because I can't get anything.
No, I talked to some in the know yesterday, and they had not did not expect to hear anything yesterday. So,
I mean, when
you're
does it
talking
come
about
out?
Tom Coughlin in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you bet I am.
Yeah. So they voted yesterday, so somebody knows, and hopefully we'll find that out here at some point today. And if we do, I will put it on social media.
I'm wondering, do they vote yesterday, and then it's supposed to be announced today at X o'clock. They haven't done that though, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know that
They haven't said that, it's today at 10. Or,
No, I had not seen that. The Jags are in Detroit today, which naturally brings up this poll question, our one-to-one financial poll question of the day. As the Jags head to Detroit for joint practices with the Lions, expectations for the first overall pick, Trayvon Walker. Expect big second year. Will be good, not great. Rather have AH or double-digit sacks. Those are your 4 choices. Expect big second year. Will be good, not great. Rather have AH, double-digit sacks. 370 votes with a couple hours left in the poll. You can vote at Dan Hicken on Twitter if you'd like it. He'll post it as well. Right now, expect big second year, 41.5. So the fans are still with him.
Well, you should be.
Will be good, not great, 35%. Rather have Hutch, 18.7. Double-digit sacks, 4.9.
I think what's most surprising about that is that the Brother Have Hutch number is that low.
Yeah.
That's
I personally,
surprising.
right now, if you ask me that question and not having any connection, I'd rather have Hutch.
100%.
I mean, it would make the team better.
Yeah, he was a top defensive player, all rookie
I think
team.
he's slowed a little bit up there by an ankle. I watched a little bit of Hard Knocks when I got home. I did TV last night, so I watched a little
Also
bit.
known as the Aaron Rodgers Show.
It is, but they introduced us to a new character. He's a funny dude. Is Quinnen Williams. Quinnen is the rich guy.
Yeah.
Quincy's our
Bless
guy.
You, thank you.
Quincy's our guy. Quinnen's the.
They're brothers.
Correct.
Yeah. Quinnen got $96 million this offseason.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They were doing a joint practice with Carolina, and he announced to everyone he had 10 sacks. And he had a bunch of them. He would beat the guy's butt and scream, sack! And he wouldn't hit Bryce Young. And then he'd run up, sack! He'd break through, and they were like, oh, my God, sack! And then he looked over at Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers goes, 11.
Wow.
So it was kind of cool.
You can see why people are bullish on it just seems like when you put together those teams, they never play like you.
Well, the problem for the Jets, and Robert Salah touched on it. Their O-line was awful against Carolina in the joint practice, and Aaron got visibly frustrated. And this was the first time, and the next day, Salah basically came out and said, look, I don't care if we got a Hall of Fame quarterback. I don't care if we got, two $10 million receivers. I don't care if we got running back. I don't care if this guy, that guy. I don't care if we got the rookie of the year on offense at the receiver position. If the big guys up front don't flip the switch, we're a 7-10 football team. So
and the schedule dictates that.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through it again yesterday in the 6 o'clock hour. Thanks for being here. There are a lot of losable games. I mean, if just something goes wrong here or there, they could be 2-5 out of the gates. I don't think they will be. You shouldn't be with all that talent.
All right, so we got Fred Taylor today. E?
We do 9 o'clock.
Yes, that's wonderful. Good job there. Well, let's go do trivia next.
Sure.
Though. All right.
Well, more team building. It's been a team building week. We had golf day. That was fun on Monday.
Yeah.
By the way, another shout out to the staff.
Yeah.
I got a text from a guy yesterday on the golf course, like getting out his money or whatever, lost his wedding ring.
Oh no, they found it?
And they found it on the golf course.
He found my Fitbit, which I appreciate.
Called him back, texted him back, and he got it. I mean, the kid's just over the moon.
That's
He
great.
thought it was gone for sure. So
Good.
they did
do a
shout
great
out
job.
to those folks out there. They did a really good job with us. And she said yesterday that our group was a bunch of lovely people, and they'd love to do it again. So
wonderful.
Well, we'll see. All right, come back with Get Smart John. It's
Taking bids.
It's a Petros Plumbing Wednesday.
Now, Downtime with Dan, brought to you by Ameris Bank. Whether you need help with business, personal, or mortgage banking, we're with you. Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
All right, pay attention. I'm going to try to tell this story in a minute in Downtime with Dan. Mookie Betts is in the on-deck circle. A fan starts yelling at him, Mookie, I'm having a baby. If you hit a home run, I'm going to give her give your name to her as a middle name. He goes, don't do that, man. Your wife won't like it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Mookie Betts then proceeds to hit the longest home run he's ever hit in his whole career. He circles the bases. He goes and daps up the guy. So he goes on about his business, goes on about his life. A couple weeks later, he gets a copy of the birth certificate. It's like Francesca Mookie something. He did it. Mookie Betts said, man, that's the coolest thing that ever happened to me. I can't wait to see you, Giuseppe. I think that's the fan's name. And put it out on social media. So I got a kick out of it. It was fun, and I enjoyed it. So Mookie Betts gets named after hitting a home run for a fan. Pretty cool stuff in Dodger Town.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
If your hair is thinning and you're looking for an easy solution that will restore your hair, check out IHRS PRP Platelet-Rich Plasma. PRP, using your own platelets and cells to restore your hair where it's thinning. Combined with their FDA-approved laser hair therapy and pharmaceutical-grade products, all three will deliver one better result. Call IHRS now for a free evaluation and to find out if their PRP 45-minute treatment will work for you. Now there is a solution for any man or woman with any degree of hair loss, and it's all in one place. Call 904-777-IHRS. IHRS has been restoring hair for over 30 years. The staff at IHRS knows what it's like to lose their hair, and that's why they're ready to help you grow your hair back.
Schedule your free hair and scalp analysis today. Call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
Here for my friends at Shark Coatings, man. I love my new garage. You'll love it too if you go to sharkfloorcoatings.com. And here's what you do. Just go on the site. Have the boys come over at sharkfloorcoatings.com. They'll measure up your garage. They'll give you a free estimate. Say, hey, here's what it's going to cost. You say, can I have the Hicken special? Nah, I'm kidding. They'll tell you how much it's going to cost. You say, hey, let's do it. Pick your pattern, and then the boys come over, and they get it done in one day. It's so cool. And it makes you take your garage, change it from a storage unit to a room in your house that opens up everything. It's fantastic. You got to see it to believe it. You'll thank me when you do it. You get a 15-year warranty, by the way. It's so much better than epoxy, and it's anything concrete, pools, driveways, patios. For all your information, sharkfloorcoatings.com, and you'll thank Danny later.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Lauren Brooks here. Tired of joint pain holding you back? Try BioTarget from Injury Care Centers. This treatment will prolong the life of your joints by targeting the root of your pain and delivering more regenerative cells to the affected area, ensuring faster and more effective healing, making BioTarget the most advanced regenerative treatment. For a limited time, BioTarget starts as low as $499. Call Injury Care Centers or visit GoBioTarget.com. That's GoBioTarget.com.
Everything you need to know about your Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony.
Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Every weekday from 10 to noon on 1010XL.
When it comes to a new roof, you want the golden standard. Can't afford the cost of replacing your roof without financing? Don't worry, we have special financing with up to 30-year terms. As long as you're not in an active bankruptcy, current with your property taxes and mortgage, not in a reverse mortgage, no liens or judgments, and no foreclosure, we should be able to get you funded. No hard credit check required.
Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters.
Golden Hammer!
The golden standard in roofing.
E.T. here for the Aesthetic Center. Do you get up a lot at night to go to the bathroom and lose a lot of much-needed sleep? And you can never fully go back to sleep, can you? Am I right? Take a time out on the Emsella chair. Get those pelvic floor muscles strong again.
Just a few short sessions will get you back in the game stronger than ever. And guess what, guys? It can also help you out with that ED, if you know what I'm saying. Call 808-2455 to get started. That's 808-2455. Or book an appointment online at jacksecstaticCenter.com.
Players Grill Mandarin is welcoming the Roadrunners, North Florida's hottest variety band with lead vocalist Glenn Dewberry and lead guitarist Mike Torelli, Friday, August 25th, 8 p.m. at Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews are through the roof, and I challenge any law firm to compare results. Clients continue switching to us from other firms because we continue delivering. Recently, a car accident client left a big firm, and Woolsey Morecambe got her 10 times what they said it was worth. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe, 638-4235.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and I said yes to Yas, Dr. Mitchell Yas, and the Yas method. Now, I know you've probably tried medications, treatments, injections, even surgery. Maybe the reason you're still in pain is because they're treating the wrong thing and not addressing the root causes. Well, I know from personal experience, this does happen. But I found the best-kept secret in pain elimination, Dr. Yas and the Yas method. Call him today, 904-906-YASS, and say yes to Yas.
Do you have a plumbing problem that's making you feel like a sitting duck? Call Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing and Septic. Our team of expert plumbers will have your pipes flowing smoothly in no time. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here, and I want to know, are your drafty windows letting all that cool air right back outside? Will they protect your home from Florida's unpredictable weather? If not, then it's time for the peace of mind that comes only with Pella Windows and Doors. Pella offers durable wood, fiberglass, and vinyl products in various styles and designs to best complement your home. So visit the Pella of Jacksonville showroom on Phillips Highway next to Tesla, or find them at PellaJacks.com. That's Pella Windows and Doors at PellaJacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Now, Get Smart John, brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville. Your best shot for trailer hitches.
I had a good idea.
You know him, you love him. He's Get Smart John, TriviaNation.com's own.
Yeah, I have a good idea for the next drill golf day.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to corral John into taking a day off, and he can stand on like a par 3 tee. We'll set him up with shade and, hard liquor, right, and a fan, or we'll do it at a cooler time of year. And John can ask a trivia question of each group before they tee off, and if they get it right, they get to hit an extra shot.
Oh, I like
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get Matt Everett to come out and play on a different par 3 and hit a tee shot for every team as they go through.
You got to race me first.
You got to race you first. We'll just build it bigger and better as we move along. But thanks to everyone for coming out, man. That thing sold out fast. We had a good time on Monday. We're looking for a way we could somehow pull this grift off. And by grift, I mean us getting to go play golf right after a show on location. I don't know, once a week, Hick? That good with you?
That'll work.
Once a week. All right. Get Smart John is on the All Pro Roofing Hotline. Hello, John.
Good morning, Googans.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing great.
Doing well. How are you?
Good. Doing well. I am all in for that, Jeff.
Okay, good.
For sure.
Good. I have to work.
I would absolutely do that in a second.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, in fact, I was even going to suggest, I didn't know how big the clubhouse area was. I would even do, because I have a self-contained sound system that I could bring, even do a little makeshift trivia
Big
if
enough.
you wanted to.
Yeah, big enough.
Yeah.
We could do that,
So,
too.
let me know.
Take
I'll
some
be
of
happy to do that.
Take some of that Skins money and throw it into the trivia pot. Huh? What about that, Hick?
Yeah.
I mean, there's $1,200 in that bad boy.
Might win that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't winning the golf, are we, friend?
Yes. So I have to share with you guys, and I've been doing trivia a long, long time, and I have Googans and Googanellas that will often come up to me, and after a question will be asked, and they will always say, would Hicken get this? Would Jeff get this?
Mm-hmm.
And, because we know what your wheelhouses are pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask one today.
I think it's more than our wheelhouses. Is there certain categories that one or both of us are terrible at? I would more describe it like there's certain things, like the movies and the music. I'm just not going to nail near as much as he is. Anyway.
Well, true. Right. Well, because Dan was always known as Mr. People Guy,
Sure.
Pop culture and such.
People
now, having
magazine,
said
correct.
that, because Right. Which I guess is going kind of the way of the dinosaur. And you made mention of this yesterday. Now, Dan, I think you're going to know the answers, but I want to just see if Jeff can get this on his own. Okay.
Kind of make me positioning me here as the stupid one.
No. It's very much sports because you talked about it yesterday.
Oh, that's even more pressure now. All right, here we go. Come on.
Go.
Okay. You mentioned the fearsome foursome.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to name the fearsome foursome.
That's all four of them?
That's all four of them.
Yeah, I won't get all four. Merlin Olsen and Deacon Jones. Am I right so far? Hick, you confirm for me as I go? Do you know all four? Will you be able to get 4 or 3?
I think I can get
Is Rosie Greer one of the 4?
Yep.
Okay, Roosevelt Greer.
Yes, yeah. There's one that's always kind of the forgotten one.
Fred Dreyer?
No,
he's after,
you
right?
You won't know the other one.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I get 3, though. I will take credit for that. And as a team, Hick will now provide the 4th, and we'll move to the next question. Okay.
I believe.
Am I going to know the name?
I don't know.
I think
a little before. That's about the 5-year difference in our age.
I'm not sure that I'm right either. But I think it's Lamar Lundy.
You are correct.
Good.
Do you know that name?
I don't.
You recognize the name?
I do.
It's
Did he have a kid that played a Lundy? I remember a Lundy. Maybe I do kind of vague in the corners of my attic of my brain. So.
And he died relatively young, too. He wasn't very old when he died.
That group went on to be some about Rams defensive linemen that would go on into acting, right? Merlin Olsen on Little House on the Prairie forever.
All right,
Fred
John.
Dreyer.
Rosie Greer was, too.
That's what I was going to get
John,
to.
I have a question for you. If I can flip the tables, can you? How many of the purple people eaters can you name?
Alan Page.
Correct.
Carl Eller.
Correct.
Was it Wally Hilgenberg?
No. Good try.
He was tight end, wasn't he?
This guy was known for going the wrong way.
Yeah. This is what.
Jim Marshall.
Yeah,
Jim Marshall.
Very good. And then there's one more, and again,
It's
I looked it up. So in fairness, but I do remember him. Gary Larson.
Who's the other one?
Yeah,
Gary Larson.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I reckon but I would definitely not come up with Gary Larson.
Yeah.
But you're right about Jim Marshall. Yeah, the wrong way.
I'd like to be the 4th guy on one of those great nicknames.
Right.
Yeah, I was one of the purple people eaters.
Just go with it.
I was the 4th guy.
If you're going to do that, the one that you should do, to be honest with you, you'll have the best success ratio if you attach yourself to the no-name defense.
Yeah.
You never heard of me. We were the no-name defense.
Or I was on the Over the Hill gang, John. You would know them.
Of course. The Redskins, of course.
Yeah.
Well, and you were talking to us about Dallas, the Doomsday defense.
Yes.
I was screaming through the.
We were
I knew they had a designation. We basically rattled
We
off
don't do
everyone.
the nicknames anymore on that stuff.
But that one.
Yeah.
We probably do.
Let's
So
play.
pay attention.
Yes. Okay. So yesterday, I made my second appearance on First Coast Living, your old station.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, and
we should
did
get an honorarium for that.
Should you? So, in any event, it was back to school theme.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to see how you guys would do.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to start you out. Okay. Traditionally, school started after what holiday?
Labor Day.
Right. Okay. What is the largest organ in the human body?
Well, John, I don't want to brag.
I hate this because I don't want to say the wrong thing. It's not an organ.
I don't know if it's like our intestines or there's not. Is an intestine an organ? Because then it would be the intestines, right? Those things are a mile long. Or is it like? Why do I think it's the lung?
I didn't say internal. Just what is the largest organ in the human body?
See, you're going to give us some trick.
Isn't it lung? When do you think lung? Your lungs are bigger than your heart. I mean,
liver's pretty good size.
Is it? I mean, the
But
lungs are big, man.
This is a trick question.
Yeah, probably. He said, didn't say internal, so there's outside your brain.
Yeah. No, it's like
I said it's not. It's not an internal organ.
Well, do we have an organ? Is it epidermis? Is that what it is?
Is
that your skin?
Yeah, that's what.
That's what he's done.
Yeah.
With the hint, we'll go the epidermis.
The skin. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
See, the skin, I would never guess being an organ.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I would
get that one.
I would have had no
Yeah.
chance without the context.
Oh, here's what I would want to know. The real trivia question should be, what's really the biggest organ without this nonsense skin answer?
Yeah.
Would it be long, I wonder? What's the second biggest organ?
Hold on, I'll look it up.
That's a good question. Yeah. It might be or is it the liver? I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, so
I'm just not buying the skin as an organ. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I know that it is. Science wins, but yeah.
The liver.
It is the liver?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Very
back
good.
to school. Let's go, Rodney. Come on.
So because we're a little bit older, and they're a little bit younger. So I had to make this true or false, but I just want to see if you can get this. Can you tell me the name of the high school featured in the movie Grease?
Is it?
Yeah, I can get that.
Rydell?
Yeah, Rydell.
Yes. Very good. And the very nice. The question was in the movie Grease, Rydell was the name of the high school, true or false? Because again, they're a little bit younger.
Yeah.
So, and incidentally, it was named after the director. Mark Rydell was the director of Grease.
Well done, Mark.
Yes. Okay. Now here's another one that was multiple choice, and they did miss this. Okay. I think you guys can get this right off the bat without even the choices. Okay.
Well, hang on one second, John. Don't even. I appreciate the fact that you were on First Coast Living, and we've given them now ample plugs. But don't ever compare whoever hosts that show to the
It sounds to me. I don't mean this as mean spirit. I don't mean this. I don't mean this. I don't mean this as mean spirited as it's about to come out.
But it's going to come out that way.
Well, it sounds like you're on the air with a bunch of dummies. Is what it sounds like.
No. In fairness, they're younger. Okay. That's why I'm saying. That's why I say that we're older.
Johnny, you know what you ask them when they can't get a question that because I wasn't even alive when that happened. You ever hear of Babe Ruth?
Yeah.
Shut up. Answer the question.
He is going crazy with his video game sound effect in there. Loves it.
I kind of like it.
What is that from? Like Galaga? What are we in there?
Mario.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead. Ask the question.
Okay. All right. In what city was the setting for Happy Days?
Milwaukee.
Yeah. So I gave him the choice of Detroit, Milwaukee, or Chicago.
What did the dummies say?
He guessed Detroit, and oh no, he guessed Detroit, and she guessed Chicago.
I mean,
said, no, it's
dummy. Dummy 1 and dummy 2.
I mean, can you name a character on Happy Days, okay? Get out of here.
Okay. All right. So, and
what
now
was
your
Richie's
audio
brother's
clue.
name, John? You want to go that far?
Hey, all love to the crew that does the First Coast Living.
Chuck kind of disappeared. He just kind of disappeared.
Chuck got the first episode and he was gone.
Chuck, some say went to jail.
Yeah, he might have.
Oh, okay. This is going to be a two-part question. One, we're going to do the audio clue.
Audio clue,
okay.
please.
Okay, so if you would, please.
What would you do if I sang out of
Wonder
tune?
Years.
Correct. That is right. Okay. Now the question, the other question.
Show,
okay. Very good. That was a good show.
We really can't relate to it. So
and I made this multiple choice for them, but I think you guys can get it without it. So in the original Wonder Years TV series, what was the name of the main character?
Kevin.
Yes. Very nice. Okay.
John, who sings that song?
Joe Cocker.
Very good.
You can leave your hat on. One of the great songs.
He always looked like he was contorting every time he would sing.
He has an illness. It's not nice of you to say that.
Yeah, correct.
John, where do you do your on the text line? A couple people ask this a lot. Your live show again? Is it where we did the Super Bowl show?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I say
where
it?
is that?
Yes.
I don't know the name of it. I didn't mean to say.
That would be. Dick's Wing, San Pablo
Okay,
Beach.
there you go. Yeah, I wasn't trying to not say it. I just couldn't remember where we were.
No, that's good. No worries. Jeff Spicoli was a character featured in what popular 1980s movie?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Mr. Hand.
Yes.
It's our time, Mr. Hand. Got a little pizza here, a little fiesta. And Mr. Hand shows up at the house.
He does. What high school teacher just shows up at the kid's house in his bedroom, ripping him out of bed?
Get out of here.
What are you doing here, Mr. Hand?
That's like, cruise your class. Cruise my class? Okay.
There's one scene in that movie that matters, and let's just move on.
All right.
Oh, yeah, the scene. Yes.
You
Okay.
mean when Jefferson crashes the car?
Not the one I was thinking.
Oh, that's
What's
good.
that? What is that
Okay.
actress's name? That cute, is it Penelope? What's her name?
She married Kevin
Yeah,
Kline.
what's her
It's,
name?
What's her name,
Oh,
John?
Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know what all guys are doing this moment. Okay.
Go ahead. Google.
Music.
You're welcome. That was the object of all of us teenagers' affection back in the day.
What's her name?
Phoebe Cates.
Fast Times
Fast
at
Times at
Ridgemont.
Ridgemont High. Yeah.
Okay, here's one for you. Okay, speaking of that, this is just extra credit. What song was playing as Brad is having that moment where he's visualizing?
Yeah, because there was a.
Yeah.
Is that it?
There you go. Yeah, that's it.
I remember the Jackson Brown song with the.
That's when.
In the dugout.
What was
the
it?
dugout scene. She's got to be somebody's
Okay.
baby.
Yeah. What is the Barner song?
I don't know.
I could get it.
It's the Phoebe Cates.
Moving in Stereo. You got it. Moving in Stereo by the Cars.
Okay.
That's what was playing. By the way, Dan, I have to correct you. The Jackson Brown song was playing when Damone and what's her name were.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
But that's okay. You were. I know which one you were talking about. Yeah. It's really hot out here. Okay. Ends with X.
Ends with X.
What type of treatment
Twitter.
helps someone recover?
Sorry.
Very clever. Help someone recover from drug or alcohol abuse.
Okay, say it again.
And again, the category ends with X.
Ends with X.
What type of treatment helps someone recover from drug or alcohol abuse?
Detox.
Yes. Okay. Now the question that just about everyone last night said that Jeff will get it, and think Dan would get it.
Okay.
So, and the category is sports.
75% apparently is the mark you're shooting for. If there's any fractions involved in your answer.
Okay. So the Olympics were held in the U.S. for the first time in 1904. In what city that was also holding the World's Fair that year?
I think it's New York City, right? Didn't they have the World's Fair? That's what I remember.
I would have said
1904.
That's interesting. I would have said Chicago. That's what I would have gone with.
You might be right. You know what?
I'm not carrying a ton of confidence into the answer, but I
Yeah.
think it's Chicago.
I think you might be right. We'll go with Chicago.
Close. St. Louis.
I almost said that
Oh, we
too.
both
And I thought that was too. Did opinion change at all in there or no?
I'm
What's
over
that?
here giggling.
Is it changed at least a little?
Yeah, it changed.
Okay.
The way she, yeah.
We said Phoebe Cates. My man pulled up like Phoebe Cates today. He's like, man, I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to pull up the movie.
Oh, no,
scene.
not
All right.
today. Well, yeah, she's.
He pulls up some
well, that was-
58-year-old woman with short grandma hair. No, of course you're not impressed.
The shorty in the red. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, well, take into consideration that was 1982. Okay, that was 41 years ago. So take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. From Spanish.
From Spanish.
Requiring weeks for the bricks to dry, what method of building that got its name from the Spanish is common in arid climates like New Mexico?
Yeah, it's that. What is it called? It's adobe brick. Is that good enough or no?
Is it? It's not the.
Yeah, Adobe is fine.
Yeah,
That's
Adobe.
what I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just looking. Yes.
Bueno estar de vuelta en el taladro.
Yo soy Barinque.
Okay. TV initials.
TV initials.
Fill in the blank. The last episode of the Andy Griffith Show served as the pilot for Mayberry blank.
RFD.
Yes.
What does the RFD stand for anyway? I never even.
I don't know. That's a great
contemplated.
question. I don't know.
Requiem for a Driver.
Okay. Animals.
Vegetables.
The rock type of which kangaroo relative has grooved skin, helping it grip rock surfaces?
What,
Would you like me to repeat it?
Yeah.
RFD, by the way,
Okay.
rural free delivery.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never knew that. Okay. The rock type of which kangaroo relative has grooved skin, helping it grip rock surfaces?
Is it a sloth, maybe, or
it's like a
it's kangaroo-like, so it's but it's got grooved skin.
And it's a relative, right? It's a kangaroo relative.
But I mean, sloths. You think of trees.
Yeah, it works around the rocks, though. It's
a rock,
a little marsupial critter.
Yeah,
is what
right.
It is.
It's a rock squirrel, is what it is.
That's
Doggone
what
it.
it is. It's a rock squirrel.
Don't be preoccupied with rock.
It is a. We got to go with something Australian. It's a relative of the kangaroo. I mean,
It's a dingo.
It's dingo ate my baby.
Dingo ate my baby.
We're gonna go dingo.
It's dingo.
Dingo is like a dog. We don't know. We're gonna go. It's a sloth.
Sloth.
Wallaby.
Wallaby.
Yeah, I've heard wallaby a lot. Never knew what it was.
Now I know.
Hmm.
All right, Johnny, we got time for one more.
You know what they're saying over there in the First Coast newsroom this morning? Dummies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I called you dumb on the radio this morning.
Well, I said dummy.
More than once. Okay.
Dummies
All right,
is a lot friendlier than dumb.
Yeah, don't be a dummy.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a term of affection, quite frankly.
Well, that's how I meant it.
Yes. Okay. Beverages.
Beverages.
Which brand's cranberry juice cocktail first appeared in the 1930s?
What's the old?
Ocean Spray's not been around that
Ocean
long,
Spray
right?
is the only one that I know.
Yeah.
Is there any other one?
Ocean Spray's been around since the third. I guess
What else
no,
could it
it's the
be?
only one I
Yeah,
know.
There's only one we know.
Ocean
Spray.
Spray.
Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing.
All right.
Johnny, we love you, man.
Thank you,
the
John.
man.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll take a
Yep.
break.
See you,
Keep it
boys.
rolling right
Take care.
here
Have a
on the
great day.
drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Frank! Okay, here we go, automatic pilot.
Frank Franchi.
It is not automatic piloting.
He doesn't operate at hyperspeed.
I can really use a steering wheel here.
We don't have no damn steering wheel. This is what we got.
Afternoons on 1010XL.
Got chronic joint pain but want to avoid steroids and surgery? Take some advice from pro football legend Emmitt Smith. Call QC Kinetics.
Let QC Kinetics help you improve your quality of life with biologic therapies that get your body to repair and restore damaged tissue.
These exciting new regenerative treatments from local medical professionals can help your body heal itself with lasting pain relief.
Trust me, you want to avoid surgery if you can. Check out these biologic treatments to see what your options are.
QC Kinetics. Restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime, no surgery, no drugs.
I'm talking about joint pain we all can relate to in your knees, your shoulders, your hips, and your lower back. They'll get you feeling good again.
Get relief now.
What are you waiting on? Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Hey, we're certainly facing some challenging economic times, all right? I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Those are Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Look, I'm not an economic expert, right? Higher interest rates, what does that mean? 401ks, SEP IRAs, which do I put my money in? But I do know, as the years go by, I watch my money grow, and that's because of Chris, Brian, Jeff Hartman, Danny Abel, Reed Wingate, Reagan Wright. Those guys know what they're doing. From Junibug to Juju, we got 3 generations of Hickens investing with our friends at ITP Partners. And by the way, they listen, and they give you an individualized strategy where your goals are the priority. Get in the game! ITP Partners, always there to help. If you need information, questions, call Chris or any of them, 312-9751, 312-9751. Or email Chris at ITPPartners.com, Chris at ITPPartners.com. ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to one commercial today, listen to this one.
Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet are doing it again, recognizing the local heroes in our community with a brand new car. That's right, we'll be giving away a brand new car, cash, and free oil changes for life to our local heroes. Nominate a law enforcement officer, firefighter, EMT, nurse, teacher, veteran, or your local WOW hero. Head to localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
Brackish Vodka, a Jacksonville-produced and distilled gluten-free corn-based vodka. This is the smoothest vodka you'll ever have. And because it's mineral salt filtered after being distilled 5 times, you get the smoothest vodka on the market. And it's made right here in Duval County. When you drink this gluten-free Brackish Vodka, you're supporting a local business and not just some business based out of Texas. Taste why 9 out of 10 people pick Brackish Vodka in the blind taste test. Drink like a local, drink like your boy. Drink Brackish Vodka. Come on, somebody.
Hey guys, this is David Garrard, and I want to tell you about Clearwater Irrigation. They put my new sprinkler system in my new home at Jack's Beach, and I couldn't be happier. Oh, hey John.
What's up, Dave? You know what this means. You're going to have to sing.
Man, I can't sing.
Then you'll fit right in, buddy. Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers. Hit it, Dave.
And drainage too.
ClearwaterJacks.com.
If you're looking for exterior solutions that provide you reliability and durability, it's time to call Armor Guard Exteriors. Whether you need seamless gutters or gutter protection, hurricane products, impact windows, glass lanais, or retractable awnings and screens, we've got you covered. Call My Home Team today for your 5-star experience at 904-906-8669.
Armor Guard Exteriors, committed to quality, and that's a promise.
When an all-pro lineman serves up sausage and stories, it's gotta be Lunch with Leon.
When you're NFL players, you do a lot of dumb things.
Brought to you by the Sausage Dudes. Sausage with a purpose. Weekdays on 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, and happy to report that Dandy has some brand new goodies, and they're only available at select Gate stores around town. 5 delicious new breakfast items to start your day off right. Fresh buttermilk biscuits, flaky croissants, French toast, maple waffles, all matched up with country sausage, ham, or bacon, fried eggs, and cheddar cheese. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so go out and make yours a dandy just a little bit earlier tomorrow.
Got that hometown flavor creeping up on you. Yeah.
Malfunctions in your electrical panel can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk. So leave it to the pros and Mr. Sparky.
888-8-SPARKY.
Your on-time electrician, Mr. Sparky of the First Coast.
Hey, Hicken here. I hope your summer's been as fun as mine, man. What a great time with family and friends throughout the entire summertime. I must admit, though, looking forward to getting back to a little bit of normalcy, less vacations, getting into the grind, kids getting back to school or whatever, right? Everything's settling down. The house took a little bit of a beating, had some parties, had some get-togethers. So the tile and the grout, the carpets, the rugs all need a good cleaning. That means it's time to call Zero Res, the cleaning freaks. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your tile and grout cleaned and sealed. 25% off. That's 25% off, man. Zero Res, you spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. Zero Res, right way to clean.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
It's storm season, and JEA is committed to keeping you informed. In the event of a storm, we'll text and email you about the status of your services. We use Facebook and Twitter to post real-time updates. Our live outage map on JEA.com lets you track restoration progress. And as crews work to restore services, our storm outreach team will be in local neighborhoods to answer your questions. Because as your community-owned utility, JEA is here to keep you safe and connected. Your community, your utility.
It all comes down to Daytona in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 race weekend, August 25th and 26th. Answer this question for a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400, August 26th. Who won last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010. Who won last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name to 641-1010 for your chance to win.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Jaguar General Manager Trent Baalke was feeling good about his rookie class after the first preseason game.
We had 13 guys that we drafted this year. We feel good about all of them at this point.
The Jaguars rewarded defensive lineman Devon Hamilton with a big contract extension in the offseason. As the new season approaches, Hamilton is hitting his groove.
Well, I feel like I'm catching my stride a little bit, and I think I'm getting a lot better.
Mayor Donna Deegan has selected a Chicago-based law firm to represent the city during stadium negotiations with the Jaguars beginning later this month. The Jaguars have designs for a renovated stadium and surrounding sports entertainment district totaling a potential $1 billion investment from the city. That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by J-Dog Junk Removal. Veteran owned and operated.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
On 1010XL.
All right, time to kick around some of the headlines from the sports world. The Braves have gotten right. That's not my point here, though, Dan, and you can empathize with this. And this is really a credit, at the end of the day, to the Yankees. I mean, really, there's no other way to take it other than a compliment. It just never gets old. It always feels better to beat the Yankees.
Oh,
it just does. They've been a thorn in the side of so many teams forever. And I know for the 90s, they ruined the 90s. For the Braves, they lost to them in the World Series a couple of times. It has not gone their way through the years. And if you can add to the suffering of that franchise, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, they're done. They're 500 for the latest time in their season since 1995, and they're going nowhere. They're just not very good. They don't have much. They don't have good pitching. They have a great bullpen, and they're wasting it. This is a year where, again, if you were just decent and you can get to that sixth inning, and the Yankees bullpen, I think, was the best in baseball this year.
It is. Well,
it just goes to show you, in the end, you got to have all three things that are good enough, and their starting pitching, Severino's been terrible. The other guy's been hurt that they paid Rodon. They paid a ton of money to. The other guy's battling alcoholism and has left.
He threw a perfect game earlier this year.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
Speaking of the Yankees and the disaster that they've become here in the last month or so, in particular, did you happen to see this bad beat?
No.
Did you see this story?
No.
Dude plays a $5 parlay. I'm sorry, a $10 parlay. Just a variety of different long shots. But he's down to the last game. The last game hits, he wins. You ready? $10 bet, $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So he wins $1 million on a $10 parlay. He has the Yankees at the Marlins on Sunday. And to remind going to the ninth inning,
oh my God,
it was 7-3 Yankees.
Oh my God,
with the best bullpen in baseball. Garrett Cole had shut out the Marlins pretty much. He had allowed 2 runs through 7. When he left, the Yankees had a 7-2 lead. The Marlins scored 1 in the 8th, 5 in the 9th, and dude lost a $10 million parlay with that. That will drive you to the insane asylum, friend.
Mm-hmm. That ain't good.
All right, so Daniel Murphy, it's going to be a fascinating conversation. I'm looking forward to finding out what made the most pleasant surprise, stepping up to that level, and was there something that maybe disappointed, something he thought would have gone
he
better?
had 150 at-bats in AAA, hit 295. He's come back home, so the adventure has ended, his summer adventure.
It's an adventure. It's a journey to discovery.
And he officially has retired, I think. He'll be back in next Wednesday, so we'll talk to him about his summer
of fun. But
and we got him at the right time for the baseball season coming down the home stretch. Pick his brain. He got to experience these new baseball rules for the first time.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of fascinating topics with his jumping back into the pool.
I look at it like
295.
38-year-old guy hit 295 at AAA, and
that's his career average
went
in the
from
majors.
the Long Island Ducks to the So
it looks like this is what
I would have liked to see somebody give him a chance at the big league level over the last.
I think this is what
I think he
happened.
would have got it, but I think in the end he was like, "I've done enough. I'm time to come home."
I think what it is. I think
we'll ask him.
Well, I think he realizes this,
Mm-hmm.
but the power game is gone, and the game is so much power now. He didn't hit with any power.
No.
He hit 295. He only had one home run, and back when he was in his prime, if he hit 295, he'd hit 22, 23 homers. He didn't have that at-bat to at-bat, I think, power potential. And so if you're a team calling somebody up late, particularly if you're going to DH or play him on the corners, you're probably looking for a power, a little bit more power. But again, that's just my speculation. The great thing about Daniel, will be very open about the entire process. I would call it a raging success.
Mm-hmm.
He had the bug. He wanted to know. So many people will die.
Scratch the itch.
Yeah, will die wondering, and he didn't. I'll go up and play independent league and see if I can get a call. And after just a couple months there, he did. Got to play AAA. Quite frankly, if Daniel Murphy were 27 years old, he'd be called up right now. He played good enough to do that. Hit 295.
I get Adam Schneupner has
Schefter is his
Schechter?
Christian name. Yeah, Schefter. Like
Chef.
Like Chef Boyardee. Schefter.
Okay.
Yeah.
The gray.
He's gray. He has jaundice.
He has tweeted this out. Number 1 pick, Bryce Young, 1 Carolina. Number 2, C.J. Stroud expected to start his second straight preseason game. He'll be the opening day starter, and all included. Anthony Richardson has won the Colts starting quarterback job. A rush to the rookies. Yeah, I get it, but it's it's because of people like Adam Schneupner who sit there constantly. And we analyze and you have to play them, and it's better to. And listen, it probably is unless you ruin them, unless it's too much too fast and you ruin them. AR's only had 13 starts. He's the only one I would be a little nervous about in terms of I don't know how good they're going to be. He's
really going to struggle out of the game.
I don't think this
is great news for the Jags.
I don't think there's a generational talent in the rookie pool.
Doesn't look like it.
I don't think there's a.
Bryce Young's too little. I mean, he might have the skill set, but he's too little.
But
I don't know,
see.
Schefter. Put a sock in it, bro. Here's why. That take is so 1995.
Yeah.
Guys come into the league in the top 5, they start. All of them.
I mean, top 5. More than that.
Lawrence and Fields and Zach Wilson didn't work, but he damn sure started. If you draft a kid there with the way the game has changed, this isn't 1988 where you don't throw it in college. A lot of schools. So they come in, you put them in. You're darn right. Get your experience that way. What am I going to do? Run out, Davis Mills or Gardner Minshew?
What's the point?
Right.
There's no point in doing
I
that.
do think that Anthony Richardson, I believe in his ceiling a lot higher than those that are just going to go by the pedestrian college results, but he ain't going to exercise those, that he's not going to reach that ceiling in week 1 against a quality playoff team that's going to confuse, confound, and quite frankly, destroy him in the season opener.
Here's a headline.
Go ahead and play the Jags and lay the points right now. Get ahead of the curve on this one.
We'll wrap up the drill with this.
The drill?
Yeah.
We're done?
It's a 10-minute drill.
Oh.
Here's a headline that I can see it working both ways. Will the Chargers ever stop charging? This might be the year.
Okay.
Well, I remember a program in college. They called it Clemsoning.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes
you keep knocking on that door, you're going to kick it through one day.
The problem is they haven't knocked on the door.
Yeah.
They came in last year. They blew a 27-0 lead.
I understand.
And they haven't made any kind of deep run since Phillip Rivers took a torn ACL into New England for an AFC Championship game a long time ago.
I do enjoy the lead LEDE sentence of the article. TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, Florida erupted in celebration, but the visitor sideline froze in disbelief.
Yeah.
An anguished look flashed across Brandon Staley's face as quarterback Justin Herbert stared blankly into the night. Owner Dean Spanos from a stadium suite could not believe his eyes. The Chargers could only watch as Jaguars kicker Riley Patterson drilled a 36-yard field goal to mount the third largest come-from-behind victory in NFL playoff history as time expired on January 14th.
We'll see Riley this week, or the team will.
Oh, yeah.
Back in Detroit.
Hey, Riles.
God bless you, Riley.
Thanks for everything. Hey, Coach. Thanks a lot. Also, Marvin Jones Jr.
That's correct.
Yeah, he's
and then Hutchinson's a little banged up. But
Mark Brunell.
If I were the Jags, if I was someone on the Jags team, I would corral Trayvon Walker. I would point to Aiden Hutchinson and say, him. be him.
Be him. All right, let's do this. 641-1010. He's got a prize pack to give you. Be courteous, be correct, and be kind. And if you do, he'll award you the gift.
Yeah. Also, on a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday, Bill Barnwell has pinned a column this morning. And it is just about what are the flaws of the 14 true Super Bowl contenders. So first and foremost, do the Jags crack the list of true Super Bowl contenders? And if they do, then we'll go through some of the flaws of our contemporaries who are also Super Bowl contenders heading into 2023. So more football. Also going to hear from Devon Hamilton. If you think that the Jaguars don't have ears and they aren't aware of what most people think are his shortcomings, Devon Hamilton can answer that for you. So we'll get into a little bit of that as well. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
That's right. And if you're kind and you're courteous, you'll get a pair of tickets to the Wawa 250 on Saturday, August 25th at the Daytona International Speedway. And don't forget to listen to the text line trivia question on 1010XL, where you can get a chance to win Coke Zero Sugar 400 tickets with 4 fan zone passes. Holla at your boy.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Trevor drops, fires to the back of the end zone. The ball's caught for the touchdown. Christian Kirk in Jacksonville strikes first.
I stress all the time, don't chase plays, just make them when they come to you. What you saw from our young guys is they executed the offense or defense and made a play.
Next up, Detroit, Saturday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
Key Buick GMC. Save up to $6,000 on new Buicks and no payments until 2024. That's no payments until next year. Combine big savings with low APR to fit any budget, like 4.84% APR for up to 72 months. Remember, whenever you purchase a brand new Buick or GMC from Key, it comes with the lifetime powertrain warranty. We are professional grade. Stop in today and ask for Derek or Brian. Key Buick GMC on the corner of South Side and Gate, or go to KeyBuickGMC.com.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
The house is taking a beating this summer with all the in and out. Time to call Zero Res. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your tile and grout cleaned and sealed for 25% off. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Your home value is way up, and you can use that money right now. Pay off credit cards, remodel your house, both, whatever you want. Prosser here for Loan Pronto. Loan Pronto can convert that home equity into cash in as little as 2 weeks with no cost to you and zero hassle. Mike and Joan in Ponte Vedra called Loan Pronto. They did a Loan Pronto zero-cost cash-out refi. They got a check for $100,000, used $50 to pay off all their credit cards and a car loan, and used the other $50 to upgrade their master bath and kitchen. They locked in new APR in the 2s and lowered their total monthly bills by hundreds of dollars. Hello? What are you waiting on? Call Loan Pronto now. Convert your home value into cash and put that money to good use. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
The flagship station of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Mike Dempsey for Tire Outlet. Ride in style with a brand new set of tires from my friends at Tire Outlet. We offer the best selection, best quality, and best prices so you can find the best tires for your vehicle. With over 40 years of experience at 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust with your vehicle's tires and much more. Hurry in for great deals on tires with our legendary price match guarantee. Our expert technicians are ready to do the maintenance and repairs to keep your vehicle performing its best. Tire Outlet, wholesale prices, premium service.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. If you're looking for a real solution to your thinning hair or hair loss, call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS.
What's causing your hair to fall out? Can your hair grow back? Get to the root of your problem with IHRS Hair and Scalp Analysis. This analysis magnifies your hair and scalp 400 times to see what procedures can restore your hair, Call right now for your free analysis, 904-777-IHRS, or visit hairforme.com. Stop wasting money on solutions that don't work. IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years. They are the only clinic to offer the trademarked multi-unit hair grafting PRP platelet-rich plasma and the NeoGraft FUE hair transplant procedure.
Schedule your free hair and scalp analysis today. Call 904-777-IHRS or visit hair4me.com. Hairforme.com.
Here for Lockhart Construction. They're a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart grew up here. His dad started the business. He runs it now. His guys are from here. They take care of people who live here. That's what the Lockharts and Lockhart Construction do. So if you need a new bathroom, like I did, I've had 2 projects, honestly, in my house with Lockhart Construction. They did such a great job on the first one. We went bigger on the second one. Did an even better job on that. They're terrific. And they get it done financially, fairly, and expeditiously. So give the Lockhart family a call. Their family will give your family a better living experience. Unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. You got a question for Shane? Give him a call. An idea? He'll call you back, 994-3865. Shane Lockhart, 994-3865.
For all your plumbing needs, call on the Bold City's best. The water heater's broken, disposal doesn't work. Toilets overflowing, the wife's going berserk. There's water all around me, the faucet sprung a leak. The only way to fix it is to call on Roland Reach, 'cause I got the blues, yeah. Roland Reach Plumbing. Lose the bad plumbing blues and find your peace with Roland Reach. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or 2. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. Florida recently named Graham Mertz as their starting quarterback. The new QB likes what he sees in the Gator offense.
I'm very excited about what this offense can be. Just from the start of camp till now, we've made stride.
List of preseason watch lists that include a member of the Florida football program continues to grow. On Tuesday, the Rotary Club of Houston announced its Lombardi Award watch lists, in which Gator junior defensive end Princely Umamielen earned a mention, his second watch list so far after leading the Gators in sacks last season. The Jumbo Shrimp began their longest road trip of the summer with a win against the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. The series continues this evening. Game time is 7:05. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Woody's. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 8:13 and it's 80 degrees. Your time and your tip is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. This is your Duval Minute, brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
It's interesting. A lot of storylines up in Detroit. We've talked about a few this morning, right? Trayvon Walker versus Aiden Hutchinson. Marvin Jones Jr. is up there. The kicker from the Jaguars is up there. Mark Brunell's up there. But there's another guy to keep an eye on. His name is Brian Branch. Remember him? We talked about him in mock drafts. He was kind of around the Jags area. Well, he unexpectedly fell into the second round, and the Lions happily took him, and he made some plays in the first preseason game, and they've been raving about him up there. So that's a kid you'll want to keep an eye out on and see how he performs. Brian Branch from the University of Alabama, now playing for the Detroit Lions. And that's your Duval Minute. It's brought to you by Lift Power. In search of a forklift rental? Lift Power has more than 900 machines in its rental inventory with a diverse fleet of indoor and outdoor forklifts ranging from 3,000 to 10,000 pounds from top-name brands. They customize, deliver, and service all forklifts to meet each customer's needs. Contact Lift Power today at liftpower.com/contact to learn more.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I'll ever be, fully ready, because there's always stuff I can learn, day by day. Just getting information from Gardner. He's been in the league for 4+ years, so just gathering information from him, getting information from Coach Steichen. Just working day by day. So as right now, I feel like I'm ready, but who's to say if I'm ready or not?
That's Anthony Richardson. Says he was surprised when Coach told him he'd be starting right out of the gates, but as you heard there, knows you might never be completely ready, but he's ready to give it a rip, and so he'll get thrown to the Wolves, or in this case, the Jaguars, in a season opener up there in Indy. You'll also face Anthony Richardson again without much seasoning. You get the Colts relatively early in the regular season back here in Jax.
Excited for Anthony Richardson and anxious to watch him play. Hope he has a great year, except 2 games a season. But I'll ask you this question. I was thinking about this on the ride in. Sometimes I like to Christian ponder, as you know. I scratched my head and I said,
Did you scratch your head?
Yeah. I go like this. We used to have a astronomy professor who would say, I said to myself, self?
That's an old one.
But anyway.
It's like a laughing gag.
Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Like, what does Minshew think?
He's handled this one a lot differently. He seemed more resigned.
But my question to you is, like, at what point as a backup quarterback?
I think
because
now.
think about all the work that you put in to, these guys do a lot of stuff, right?
And when Minshew signed, he didn't know for sure they were going to take Richardson.
So
and if they did, he might have thought,
at what point
is
a backup quarterback where you're not gonna play unless there's injury? You're not gonna play. And it beats you down a little bit. I mean, you want to play. If you're a young guy, it's one thing if you're Chad Henne and you're 36 and you've accepted it and you are who you are.
Here's what you do. Ultimately, you transition in your mind. You try to become the highest paid, most important backup in the league.
Yeah.
I think that's because there are backups that make $8 million.
Yeah, I get it.
Not a ton of them. I don't know if Gardner would even fall into that category yet. The league has spoken.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew's a backup.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, he's on his 3rd team.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
know.
just saying mentally, how does that put you down as a backup quarterback? As a guy, because you want 10 years.
I think Gardner will play more than 10 years because he is a competitor. He'll go to the next place, convince himself again that he could win the job.
So then he'll put in all that work.
Correct, and so he'll make sure that he's – I don't know. Maybe he got paid a little bit more than standard backup this year because, again, when he signed with Indy, it wasn't a done deal, right?
Right.
He signed before they drafted.
I mean, we thought they were going to draft a quarterback.
We did.
Didn't know.
But you also thought that.
And I'm sure they said that. We'll probably draft a quarterback.
But there may have been.
But if you draft Anthony Richardson, I might have a chance to start for a few games.
For sure.
Yeah.
I bet you that.
I get it.
That probably was the thought pattern.
It's just a tough spot for guys, who. It's just Nathan Rourke. Now Nathan Rourke's gotten a little juice, and what can he do with it? It's a weird dynamic being the backup quarterback in the National Football League.
Man, I'm looking at a bottom line on ESPN. They're kicking around some football topics. My God, you're reaching. What? Ready for this one? Have Josh Allen Bills missed their championship window? What in the hell? What are you talking about?
It's because they lost to a very good Bengals team in
They're
the first round
right
at
in
home.
their championship. Yeah. They've got a young quarterback entering his prime. They got a great team. They got a good home field advantage. They have a good coach. Have they left their window?
Well, there's another one for you.
Well, that one, whatever.
That's a little early, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's early. For sure, it's early, but the other one is dumb. Like
Yeah.
this one says, are Russell Wilson and Sean Payton destined for a divorce? It's going to depend on how Russell Wilson plays. If he doesn't play good, Sean Payton will bench him, and that'll be the end of Russell Wilson in Denver.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got, he'll pump him up until then, but if we're 7 games in.
They are eating a lot of money out there, boy.
And he ain't playing right. But, back to the Bill, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The Bills are 100%
we talked about
candidate.
chargering and Clemsoning, and we said if you keep knocking on the door, eventually you kick it in, and that's what you have to hope for Buffalo, and that's where we hope the Jags are headed. But for the Jags, we feel like they're a year ahead of schedule, so that's good.
Well, okay. One more thing about the Jags, and then we can talk about Buffalo, the Jags, and others, because I've got that Super Bowl contenders, official contenders, and what the flaws might be. And another stat within that proves that this column is wrong before it starts. More on that in a second. But first, I want you to hear from Devon Hamilton, who I promise you is aware that for sure the fans and media don't believe that they did near enough to make improvements so that they can get to the quarterback this year.
I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like we're prepared for it. But at the same time, this really doesn't – it means something, but it's not going towards a record. I feel like this is just a building block for us to go into the season winning and knowing how to win and hopefully building upon that.
Well, look, here's the reality.
Yeah.
For the Jags to really improve, it's going to take Devon Hamilton living up to some of this buzz. Can he be more of a game wrecker from the interior? Can he be a 5 to 7 sack guy? Tackles. We've had a handful of defensive tackles that approach double-digit sacks.
Yeah.
Stroud, Henderson, Gary Walker.
Yeah.
I mean, Seth Payne can get you 6, then somebody like Devon Hamilton should be able to get you 6.
Yep.
You want to go over under on him too? What do you think they're going to have? 10 sacks?
No,
Do you think anyone's going to improve?
I do.
I'm just curious.
I like Devon Hamilton.
Yeah.
What buzz is he getting?
They're talking about Devon
Who's
Hamilton.
they?
Oh, well, the broadcast the other day for one.
Okay. All right.
What they're seeing in camp, winning his battles, I guess.
4.5 sacks in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong.
Well,
he's worth the money. I'm
at
glad
some
they get.
point that bust out comes.
Yeah.
So it'd be that he would kind of fit the mold. He had a sack the other night.
He did?
Yeah.
Cisco missed him.
Yeah,
Devon
but he was
cleaned
there
him up.
and cleaned it up.
Yeah.
Look, at some point, if you're going to get good, you got to have guys mature and find success.
Absolutely.
Who else would seem to be more fit that bill on that D line of having if you had to pick a bust out guy, who would it be?
Well, Roy Robertson Harris played really good football down the stretch, so maybe he's
He's
guy
a vet, though. He's not having a bust out year. If he has 8, it ain't going to surprise you. That's what he is. You're right. I
It
mean,
would surprise me. Yeah. I don't throw 8 around that.
Yeah, if he got 8, I'd be surprised.
Yeah,
what's
I'd be
he had in
surprised.
his career? What's his high? 4 or
3.
5? 3 for
Yeah.
Then,
3
8.
last year, 3 the
8
year
would be
before, 0 the year before, 2.5 the year before, 3 before that,
Yeah,
2
yeah.
before that.
Well, I will say this. We have been dumbed down what to expect from the tackle position because, as stated, Henderson and Stroud were beasts from the inside. Gary Walker had a double-digit sack year.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald and Chris Jones control games. It can happen. We need the personnel to make that happen, to take that step. The Jags have 35 sacks. They're not going to be a Super Bowl contender.
I disagree. I think you absolutely can be a
No,
Super Bowl
I don't.
contender.
Not with 35.
You can win a Super Bowl with 35
I don't
sacks.
think you can.
We looked it up.
I don't care. The game has changed then.
It has not
Yeah,
changed.
it's changed.
It has
Last
not
year's
changed.
Super Bowl champion had 55 sacks. We looked it up. You're telling me there's a Super Bowl champion that had 35 sacks?
Yes, in the 30s. We've looked it up we went back year by year by year by year, and it was like 5 or 6 years ago, one of them had 30
I'm not
some
buying
sacks.
it. All right. Well, by the way,
Yeah.
spoiler alert, what do you
Uh-huh.
think the flaw is going to be when we get to the Jags as a Super Bowl contender?
D-line?
I don't know. We'll find out. I haven't
Give it
looked
to me
yet.
real quick because we want to stay on target here. With,
Yeah, we got Fred
Freddie at
top
9.
of the hour, 9
Yeah.
o'clock. Well, first things first, in their contender category, they're basically including the 14 supposed playoff teams, and they've only got 3 new teams, so we know this is wrong. There'll be 7 new teams.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the flaws and weaknesses for the contenders this year.
I have identified the flaws and weaknesses, and I don't know if they're weaknesses. I'll say more flaws, but to me, we go as the trenches go.
Yeah.
The O-line and the D-line are,
that's
to
what
me,
I
the
would
biggest
expect.
questions on the football team. I think most people would agree with that, right?
I don't know what else you could pick.
Right.
Right? I mean, and in fairness, part of that is because some of the other areas are so good. You can't pick apart the passing game or
Right.
the receiver unit or even
Right.
the running back position. All right. For the Jags,
Mm-hmm.
oh, by the way, the Bills, 16.5% chance to make the Super Bowl, 70% to make. Yeah, that window's dead shut. That 16.5, by the way, is going to be the second best odds. The Jags certainly are contenders, no?
Oh, no. The Jags aren't in the 14.
Down to 12, 13. The Jags, chance to make the playoffs, 68%.
Yeah.
Which is about the same as the Bills were. Chance to make the Super Bowl, 6.5%.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's good.
You're saying there's a chance.
And by the way, neither of our 2 suggestions are the answer, at
Okay.
least according to Bill Barnwell. Biggest flaw?
Yeah.
Coverage over the middle.
Well, that's fair.
Here's
Tight ends kill us.
Here's what they say. The Jags' weakness was always going to be on the defensive side of the ball. You can make a case for pass rush, seeing they ranked 28th in sack rate.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not as concerned there. They ranked 8th in pressure rate, suggesting they were getting home but
Right.
not finishing. They ranked just 31st in turning those pressures into sacks.
Right.
And while that can happen if a team doesn't have great talent, Jacksonville has 2 first-round picks. The number 1 pick, in fact, last year, I would expect the Jags to be a little more fortunate in terms of sack success and get more out of Walker in 2023. Covering the middle of the field isn't as noticeable of a problem, but it was a real issue last year. Mike Caldwell's defense ranked 26th in QBR allowed on throws between the hashes. Only the Titans allowed more completions there than the Jags.
Well, again,
That's interesting. We haven't talked about that at all, but we do know we don't stuff the tight ends, and that's what that is.
Well, yeah, ask Travis Kelce. You know.
So for most teams, I would look toward the linebackers and wonder whether the team needs to make a change. For the Jags, they've invested heavily there. Alua, a prodigious tackler in the run game, is one of the highest paid off-ball linebackers in football. He's first-rounder on Devin Lloyd. He fell out of favor, eventually lost it to Chad Muma. Lloyd allows a passer rating north of 100 in coverage, so we have to get back there. We talk about him getting rushed to the passer. Well, first let's get good at what we hoped you could do.
That would be fair.
Right.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll keep it rolling. It's we got Freddie T coming up at 9 o'clock, so rocking and rolling here on a Hump Day edition of The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Rubbins Racing.
He got moved and moved him back.
And 1010XL has live NASCAR this Sunday at Watkins Glen. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234. From Jacksonville's NASCAR station, 1010XL. Now, the Florida State Seminole Report, brought to you by your local Ag Pro, your home team.
Florida State football returns to the national stage. The Noles are the number 8 team according to the first Associated Press Top 25 poll. FSU comes off a 10-3 record and a Cheez-It Bowl victory over Oklahoma last year. The last time the team was ranked in the preseason AP poll was the 2018 preseason. This year's ranking is the highest since the Seminoles were ranked number 3 in 2017. I'm RJ Saunders with your Ag Pro Seminole Report.
Attention job seekers. Are you ready to join the team at Ag Pro, your home team John Deere dealership? We're hiring for positions in sales, parts, and service. Our team is dedicated to providing the best customer service and support in the industry. We offer competitive pay, benefits, PTO, and opportunities for growth and advancement. Don't wait. Apply now and join the AgPro family today. Visit agproco.com or stop by your local AgPro for more information. AgPro, strong on service.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hey, here's a fact. We all want to feel better, especially if our joints hurt. Maybe you're stuck on the sidelines. You want to get back in the game of life, though, but you can't because it's every day. Ache, ache, ache. You go to sleep, you hurt. You get up, you hurt. You walk, you hurt. You sit down, you hurt. My friend Dr. Alan Nathans comes into play. Dr. Nathans has a no-needle regenerative clinic. And it's for folks with degenerated arthritic joints, bone-on-bone knees, shoulders, hips. You get it. You know who you are. He uses no-needle, soft-wave tissue regeneration technology. Activates your own stem cells, grows brand new tissue. You get long-term results. Don't do another cortisone injection. After a short series of treatments, you're back to your favorite activity, man. We're living longer, the 100-year lifestyle, right? You want to golf in your 60s. You want to jog in your 70s. You want to work out. If you need more information, check out Dr. Nathans at drnathans.com, drnathans.com.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
Hi, this is Dale Murray from South Georgia to Central Florida and coast to coast. The Murray Ford Superstores are still putting the customers first and cranking out the deals those big city dealers can't touch. It's no wonder everybody's driving to Murray Ford Superstore to purchase their new vehicle. It's simple. If Murray Ford Superstores doesn't have it, the manufacturer doesn't build it. Plus, you get a 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified new and pre-owned vehicle. Shazam! Holy Jesus Aruba Batman, how do we do it? There's no reason for your purchase to take all day, running around with those big city dealers and being flim-flammed with those big city prices. Nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. And we'll trade anything from aluminum cans to minivans. Be American, buy Murray Ford Superstore. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray, in Stark or Kingsland. I'll be waiting for you. And remember, at any Murray Superstore, it's all about you. Shazam!
Matt Hayes here. It's only getting hotter. And when you need your cooling system repaired, you can count on Fenwick Home Services experts to repair your system the same day, or you don't pay. Plus, Fenwick offers zero-fee, 24-hour emergency services, nights and weekends. Plus, all of Fenwick's repair services come with their worry-free guarantee. Book online in under a minute at FenwickEasyBook.com. That's FenwickEasyBook.com.
And like an offensive lineman protecting his quarterback at all costs, Craig and Christine Kaprowski do the same. This husband and wife team teamed up to take care of our insurance needs. They get you protection in a fast, friendly, affordable way. I know, so I've turned a lot of people over to them, and sometimes they'll tell you, hey, your insurance is good. You're fine. Or like my daughter, they save her more than $100 a month in auto insurance. $100 a month. So if you need car, homeowners, flood, you got a boat, Craig and Christine are part of the Goosehead Insurance family. They'll find you the right coverage at the right price. I trust them with my insurance needs. If you need a checkup, easy to contact. Craig.Kaprowski at Goosehead.com. Craig.Kaprosky, Koproski at goosehead.com, or call him 904-478-8422, 478-8422.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
I'm Shane with Renew Solutions, an expert in transforming your hardwood floors to a timeless and elegant new look. For any wood floor repairs, replace, or installs, I've got you covered at Renew Solutions. Visit renewjacksfloors.com.
Players Grill Mandarin is welcoming the Roadrunners, North Florida's hottest variety band with lead vocalist Glenn Dewberry and lead guitarist Mike Torelli. Friday, August 25th, 8 p.m. at Players Grill, where the neighborhood meets.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the country that offers multi-unit hair grafting, FUE NeoGraft hair transplants, and the 45-minute effective PRP treatments.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
Thank you, IHRS. IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Schedule a free evaluation and find out how to grow your hair back and keep the hair you have. Call 904-777-IHRS. Take the first step to restoring your hair today. Visit hairforme.com.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years.
Call now for a free in-person or virtual evaluation. 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
Hey, Hicken here. I hope your summer's been as fun as mine. We had some great vacations, did some traveling. I must admit, though, I'm looking forward to everybody kind of getting back into order. My youngest going off to college. Everything got is settling down in the house. Man, the house is taking a beating. So the towel and grout, the carpets and rugs all need a good cleaning. Time to call Zero Res. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your towel and grout cleaned and sealed 25% off. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backward. Right way to clean.
If you're a Jaguars fan who's always on the move, we've got the perfect ticket for you with our Bundle at the Bank. You can purchase tickets to 3 or more games, starting at just $58 per game. Whether you're working around a work schedule or excited to share the hometown team with out-of-town family, you get the flexibility you want for your time at Everbank this fall. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000 to get your Bundle at the Bank.
Hey, Hicken here. I hope your summer's been as fun as mine, man. What a great time with family and friends throughout the entire summertime. I must admit, though, looking forward to getting back to a little bit of normalcy, less vacations, getting into the grind, kids getting back to school or whatever, right? Everything's settling down. The house took a little bit of a beating, you know, had some parties, had some get-togethers. So the tile and the grout, the carpets, the rugs all need a good cleaning. That means it's time to call Zero Res, the cleaning freaks. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on tile and grout cleaning. Get your tile and grout cleaned and sealed. 25% off. That's 0.25% off, man. Zero Res, you spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. Zero Res, right way to clean.
This is Mike Lynch, PGA Golf Professional. Take it from me. If you're dealing with an orthopedic issue, talk to the doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where you're treated like a pro.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros. Thanks to all of you who have allowed us to be part of your recovery. Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists if you ever have a need.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back. It's 8:35. Good morning, Jacksonville. We'll talk with Fred Taylor coming up top of the hour, 9 o'clock or so. Looking forward to catching up with Fred. He recently taped his hit podcast, Pivot, and did one with Trevor Lawrence, so we'll get some of Freddie's thoughts about that and the Jags and everything else that's going on in his world. Always good to catch up with Fred. A couple of golf notes I saw. Congrats to Miles Russell. He's a little. I don't mean that. He's a smaller kid, but he's
young teenager.
Terrific golfer. I mean,
like nationally ranked in his age group.
Well, he's been selected to the
ranked.
U.S. Junior Ryder Cup team. So he's going over to Italy at the end of September and playing and representing the United States. And it's class of 2024 or younger. He's like class of 2027.
Is he Atlantic Beach, maybe? He plays
yeah.
Here. We've talked
So
about
anyway,
him before.
yeah.
I think he's a lefty, actually. I could be wrong.
Anyway, so congrats to Miles. He recently won a junior tournament by 7 strokes, and he's playing against kids 2 and 3 years older than him. He's really good. And then our buddy, E's favorite golfer, Nick Gabrelsic, who we've had on this program, he's in the final 64 for the USAM. So
Okay.
So he's
Is that a UNF golfer?
Yeah. So he's a terrific golfer as well. So also a guy to keep an eye out on.
Today's Shazam Spotlight is brought to you by ShazamAuto.com. Be careful what you promise. Did you see the story of the baseball fan out in L.A.?
Yeah.
There's a new baby girl in the world, and thanks to her daddy, she'll go through life named Mookie. You see, the Dodgers slugger Mookie Betts was in the on-deck circle waiting for his at-bat at home earlier this month against Oakland. A fan told Betts that if he had a home run, he would give his soon-to-be-born daughter the middle name of Mookie.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this and I laughed, and he said he was serious, Betts said yesterday in a video on social media. I turned around and I told him, no, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Betts, again, urged the man not to do it, saying, your wife wouldn't like that. And Betts walked up to the plate, hit a 436-foot blast to left, his longest home run as a Dodger. After circling the bases, he fist bumped with the fan. The dude's name is Giuseppe Mancuso. A couple weeks later, I see on Twitter the birth certificate for Francesca Mookie Mancuso. I can't wait to meet Francesca. That's going to be my girl. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, careful what you promise. You never know what your favorite athlete may deliver for you. And that's the Shazam Spotlight, always delivering at the Murray Ford Superstores. Great customer service. By the way, the service department, not customer service, but actual auto service departments, both places top-notch. They go above and beyond to make you a customer and keep you a customer for life. And when somebody is operating that way, you can tell the difference. It's the Murray Ford Superstores, ShazamAuto.com.
There were 2 really good Georgia football players could have been back-to-back first picks overall in the draft the last 2 years. Trayvon Walker was, and Jalen Carter was not. But everybody kind of thought Jalen Carter was the best player.
You told that story this morning?
Yeah.
That's why I was in here giggling.
I was out of the office. Yeah, I went down to get coffee. It doesn't sound like a down. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I wasn't listening to downtime.
I'll let you roll. It's a different time. It's 8:38.
Yeah.
I did it at 7.
So it's not quote-unquote awkward. We repeat a lot of stuff. I just did this one.
Yeah.
The reset.
I mean, I thought I told it better, but you did a fine job. So anyway, I think, is this fair, Jeff, as we go through our career with Trayvon Walker?
Okay.
Like Jalen Carter had a practice against Cleveland, the Eagles and the Browns. All these teams
did very
do these
well.
Joint practices, right? 2 sacks, a tackle for a loss, a fumble recovery, and a quarterback hit that nearly caused an interception. Also pancaked Joel Bitonio, who's a really good player. Fletcher Cox notes recently that it's fun to see Carter go out there and destroy people. That's what we want to see from Trayvon.
Of course.
Walker. And not even – you can even take away the sacks, but if he was doing all the other stuff, then that would be fine. It just – and again, maybe he'll grow into it. He's a younger guy. But this Jalen Carter kid is doing what we want Trayvon Walker to be doing here in Jacksonville. I guess that's my point. They both were from Georgia. Jalen Carter was not.
I could come up with 20 points that apply.
He was not a sack guy at Georgia, was he?
Jalen Carter. Well, none of them were.
Right.
None of them were. They're all like 5 to 7 or 8 guys because they had so many, I guess. But yeah. By the way, can I just say this? If you were listening to downtime,
Jalen Carter had 6 sacks in his career.
Yeah,
at college.
Same thing.
3 and 3.
To the 3 people who have weighed in about me not listening to downtime, I would say, what time do you do downtime, Dan?
I do it right after the 7 o'clock after I arrive.
Okay, so like 7:15 or 7:20. What time is it now? 8:40. Y'all
8:40.
need to get a life. Get dressed and go to work, people.
Well, I appreciate them listening.
Yeah, I do too. Are you going to sit at 7? Most people, unlike you vagabonds, they got stuff to do. You know, we got to repeat some quality programming from time to time.
I appreciate you calling me quality program.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, friend. But anyway, that's what I was thinking about when I read how Jalen Carter is destroying people. I want Trayvon Walker to do that.
You got a lot of company out there, friend.
Yeah, I don't care if you don't get I'm past the point of.
Nah, we're not.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Because you
That's
can't.
a lie. I just lied.
I don't think that any.
I lied on the drill.
Tell me a defensive lineman who's
Yeah, I
known.
lied.
Tell me a defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Now or in history, who is known as a game wrecker who didn't get sacks. Name one.
Yeah, I know.
They don't exist.
Can I tell you another thing I saw in Hard Knocks last night that I loved as we bop
Sure.
around the NFL before we head to break?
They have any parts of the show on Messi?
No.
Okay. Scored again last night.
Yeah, I know. Greatest. I saw a poll yesterday. It really annoyed the hell
I
out
love
of me.
it.
It's probably true.
I like that it's annoying.
Best athlete of all time in Miami: Messi, Dan Marino, whatever Marlins player, any All-American.
That sucks.
Messi won.
I hate it for you that it's Messi, but that's the right
Not
answer.
Messi.
It is the right answer.
He's
yes,
5'6".
Doesn't matter. So is Ozzie Albies.
But a
He's a hero.
magician. A magician with his foot.
Yeah. He's the best soccer player of all time. He's not just like the flavor of the month.
They had these guys. I think it was a different guy, but they had another. And the players love this stuff. I love it too. The Mentalist.
Okay.
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 So the Mentalist comes into the Jets.
Yeah. Those I don't know how those guys do that.
I don't know
stuff.
either.
It's
I don't
crazy.
care, and I know there's some explanations.
Don't put your mind in a blender.
Oh my God!
And he's talking
Dude.
about these mentalists or these
me tell you
magicians.
what
They
he
go
did.
into locker rooms and they just do the craziest thing, and you can't
I
believe
picked it up where he had, I think it was Sauce Gardner, picking Jets 31, Niners 21 to win in the Super Bowl, and he nails it, right? So the Mentalist gets that, and they all, and the boys are like, "Oh my God!" Then he takes Aaron Rodgers. Well, first he takes Marquand Manuel, assistant coach for the Jets.
Okay.
And he's looking at a bunch of animals. And he says, I want you to pick out an animal in your head, on one of these cards.
Okay.
He goes, do you got it? He goes, yeah. He goes, okay, thank you. Then he goes to Aaron Rodgers, and he gives him a deck of cards. And he goes, Aaron, thumb through the cards and pick one and focus on the one card. Aaron Rodgers goes, okay, I got it. You tell me how this works, Pross.
I don't know how they do it.
So he says it's it's a diamond, right? So the suit is the diamonds. He goes, yep.
I don't.
And
Yeah,
he goes, it's the three of diamonds, isn't it? And he goes, oh no. He reaches in, and Aaron's got the cards like this, and he reaches in and he pulls the card out and he flips it. He goes, it's the three of diamonds, isn't it? He goes, yeah. And he goes, Aaron, I want you to cover up the deck of cards, okay, in your hand like this, so nobody can see it.
Okay.
He's got the deck of cards in his hand,
Okay.
like this.
Yeah.
He's grasping
Clasped.
And then he goes, now, Marquand Manuel, what was your animal? I'm like, no, you're not. The hell you are, Mentalist. And
They'll put your brain in a blender.
Marquand Manuel says goldfish. Aaron Rodgers opens his hands. He's got a freaking goldfish in there.
I don't know how they do it.
How does that work?
In fact, I love I love either the social media posts or, like in my case, YouTube or the explainers on like how they do it. Like they tell you the secrets of magic or mentalists because it's all a grift. It's snake oil. Nobody really is reading minds. There's just they've got a format down and it works.
God, it was so good. Anyway, we'll take a break. Keep it rolling right here. It's a Hump Day edition of The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Duval starts with D. Jacksonville Sports Radio is 1010XL.
It's the little things like a peach milkshake on a warm day that makes summer sweet. And now you can head to your local Chick-fil-A and enjoy a favorite summer treat again. Hand-spun the old-fashioned way, this refreshing milkshake features Chick-fil-A Ice Dream and peaches. It's the perfect cold treat to enjoy outside on a warm day or with friends and family after dinner. And it's here for a limited time. So swing by your local Chick-fil-A and treat yourself today.
Hey, come to Bionie for all your eye care needs. Hicken here. Did you know that diabetes is a leading cause of blindness, affects up to 34 million Americans? Don't take diabetes lightly, gang. If you have it, see your favorite Bionie doc and save your vision. Bionie dedicated to the protection and preservation of the treasure gift of sight. Bionie & Associates. Visit today for a personal consultation. They keep the First Coast focused. Bionie, new location, now open off County Road 210 over there in St. Johns County.
Is your house exterior due for a wash?
First Coast Home Pros has thousands of 5-star reviews for a reason. They get amazing results on even the toughest pressure washing jobs. Schedule now at firstcoasthomepros.com.
Did you know that all graduates of Local 234's apprenticeship program are licensed journeymen? That means all plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC techs will have hundreds of hours of experience and have passed the Jacksonville City Licensed Journeyman exam. They're the best trained and safest skilled tradespeople in the industry. Don't leave yourself exposed to inadequate workmanship or even danger. Always hire a licensed journeyman. Local 234. Make the right connection. Equal opportunity employer.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Be ready for anything on the road or off road this summer at Nimnick Buick GMC. No one will ever pay over MSRP at Nimnick Buick GMC. You know where the showroom is on Phillips Highway, just south of I-295. Also can shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Car Bravo is here, a better way to shop used vehicles with transparent pricing. Nimnick Buick GMC has joined the Car Bravo family and is the only Car Bravo dealer in Northeast Florida. With Car Bravo, it doesn't matter what used vehicle you are looking for because they certify all makes and models. Honda, Toyota, Kia, Mazda, Ford, it doesn't matter. Buying a certified used vehicle has never felt better. Nimnick, they've been in the business for 82 years because they've been doing business the right way. They're family owned and operated, and no one cares more about their customer before and after the sale. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. NimnickBuickGMC.com. Check them out. GMC, we are professional grade.
Jeff Lageman, Kevin Faber, and Kirk Waltz bring you into the outdoors.
We've got 3 big bucks.
On the Nimnick Outdoor Show, presented by Duck Duck Rooter. 7 to 10 every Saturday morning on 1010XL.
Men, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or PE, the medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most advanced treatments to eliminate ED and PE. 98% of men experience instant results on their first office visit. They're even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
Don't just take our word for it. Call Prime Men's Medical Center now for our limited time offer. Your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying. They can also signal a major problem or electrical emergency. So leave it to the pros and Mr. Sparky.
8Sparky.
Your on-time electrician, Mr. Sparky of the First Coast.
People who suffer from arthritis are getting real pain relief with exciting biologic therapies at QC Kinetics.
The success rate is there, and there's no better way to treat yourself when it comes to dealing with pain.
Meet Tyler Vale, co-founder of QC Kinetics, who says they can't cure arthritis, but they can treat the pain.
If you think of the tide coming in and out on the beach and what it does, it erodes the sand, right? Can't stop the tide, but eventually when the sand or the beach gets bad enough, we backfill that beach with sand so that we get generations of enjoyment with that beach again. And the same thing happens with your knee or your shoulder or your hip or your back. We want to backfill the problems that have happened to this point. I'm not stopping the tide, so I'm not stopping the arthritis, but I want to get generations of enjoyment out of those joints again.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn more about how restorative biologic therapies can get you real and lasting joint pain relief.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522.
904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
It all comes down to Daytona in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 race weekend, August 25th and 26th. Answer this question for a chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to the Coke Zero Sugar 400, August 26th. Who won last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010. Who won last year's Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name to 641-1010 for your chance to win.
Ride in style with a brand new set of tires from Tire Outlet. We offer the best selection, best quality, and best prices so that you can find the best tires for your vehicle. With over 40 years of experience and 15 locations across Florida, Tire Outlet is the brand you can trust with your vehicle's tires and much more. Hurry in for great deals on tires with our legendary price match guarantee. Our expert technicians are ready to do the maintenance and repairs to keep your vehicle performing its best. Tire Outlet, wholesale prices, premium service.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Jag head coach Doug Peterson liked what he saw from his quarterback in the first preseason game.
I thought the way he rebounded and threw a nice touchdown pass, great ways for our offense and for Trevor to finish their night.
There's been a lot said about the value of running backs in today's NFL. Jaguar General Manager Trent Baalke shared some thoughts on why backs have been devalued.
The duration of their productivity in the league, I think all those things factor in.
Jaguars will begin this season with a matchup against former Gator Anthony Richardson leading the Indianapolis Colts. The news came as a surprise to Richardson himself.
Honestly, I was shocked. I've been grinding and putting in work.
That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010 XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I was perusing the world on the computer. And I saw something and it stunned me.
Yeah, it did.
And it's not fair.
Hold on.
And I guess I should be happy.
Is this what I've been waiting? Is this what you said, no, you're going to wait and say it on the air?
I
or
am.
Is it something else?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, another winning Mega Millions ticket sold in Jacksonville, Florida.
No.
Hell yes.
No. Yesterday?
$36 million at a Publix on Roosevelt.
Oh!
That's
close to the home.
Oh,
see, I'm good. I never buy tickets there. It couldn't have been me.
$36 million.
Wow, 2 in a row we've hit.
2 in a row.
Hot right
Hey,
now.
cuz, what's up?
I said it'll never happen again. It happens a week later.
Yeah, but that's only $36 million.
Oh, hell.
Only $36 million.
What are we getting for that one from
I'm
you?
into the 30. You'll probably get about half of that one.
No, what are you giving to me? What's the gift on that one?
$36 million?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you
now,
win
probably what your cheap butt gave for $1 billion. I'll give you about, $10 grand.
$36 million.
Billions, it would have been different. Wow, good for whoever.
Only one winning ticket was sold.
It doesn't bother me because I don't ever go to that one. Like I said, the worst would be if you bought a ticket where it was sold and you didn't win. Second worst would be when you did play, it was sold at the place. In some ways, that would even be worse because you don't know if the timing would have meant you would have got the winner. But do you have the actual numbers?
Yeah.
What are they?
For the winning ticket?
Yeah, I mean, I have the 5 that I always just do quick pick.
18?
No, never
39.
mind. You don't have to say
I'm
anymore.
already out of it.
Yeah, I'm already out. Yeah. I do a combination of months and days, birthdays. So in my family, it would be 2, 3, 7, 9, 26.
The winner of the $1.58 billion still has not claimed the prize.
Well, maybe it'll.
Hey, cuz, go pick up the prize, man.
You must be claimed within 180 days of the drawing.
And what happens? Does it go back to the pot?
And because the prizes are more than $1 million, they must be claimed in person.
Okay, what happens?
In Tallahassee. Even if the person who bought the ticket is from out of state, if the winner wants a single payment cash option, they must claim it within 60 days of the drawing. Lottery winners cannot remain anonymous because of the size of the prizes, the winners' names will be exempt from public disclosure for 90 days unless the winners waive the exemption. That's what it says. I don't know what happens if you don't. Or
I guess you're just getting your ducks in a row. It's an awful lot of money. I'm sure there are. And by the way, who knows who this winner is?
Could be me.
Well,
I was there getting a pub
No,
sub,
I'm just
remember?
saying. Neptune, I mean, as far as where they are in life, you might need to really get some help rounding stuff up before you go.
That's fair.
Right? Before you walk in and claim it. You don't want to go and not know what
Do
you're
you
doing.
think like the boys who have to give out all that money, the machine that is the lottery, do you think they sit there, all right, it's day 59. If nobody shows them, money goes back into the pot?
I'm sure they want to give it out.
They do?
I think so.
Okay.
I think
Because they have so much of it.
I think it would just. I don't. That's the question. Is
How
what
much
happens
does the lottery make?
if it goes unclaimed? What happens? Does it go? Do you immediately have another $1.5 billion? You should. Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, another winner here. So if you bought a ticket out on Roosevelt,
$36
congratulations.
million, bro.
That's
you
a
get,
lot
you
of
take,
money.
You get 15. You know.
You'll probably get about half, probably.
Yeah. You probably get about 18 million one-time pay. I'd still share
Yeah.
18 million with the boys.
You got to get the same 10 grand I got for your $1 billion.
Damn right you
10
would.
racks.
10 racks is right.
I might make it 11 because I won last week.
You
with the
never
Ravens.
told everyone. I mean, you won the Ravens, great. What are the other three?
I told you.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
you
I
gave
did.
some generic answer like you weren't
Jags
sure.
first quarter.
You did
Win.
say that. I remember saying
Yeah,
that.
win.
Now the other two are
I
the
said
ones.
it was dicey because the Cowboys were down on the goal line at the end of the quarter.
No, the over-unders.
The over-under was like Tampa.
Did you
and-
lose them both?
Yeah.
Okay.
One
that's
went
all-
over, one went under.
I don't need to know. You went the
Okay.
wrong way on both.
Went the wrong way. We
Yeah.
took the high one and we went.
Yeah.
Under,
But the
yeah.
stack was one on the Ravens. Now, obviously, you're going to put the stack right
Yeah,
back
we're
on
doubling
them.
down.
Okay.
And we're going for 25 in a row.
Who do they
Rack
play this
City.
week?
Doesn't even matter.
Done.
Who is it? We did this last year too, Jeff.
I know. I'm aware. I've been here for a while.
Let's see who they're playing.
I got you right here.
Commanders.
Preseason.
That's an
Oh, that's an. I should have known that. That's who their workout is with this week.
Is it? Does
And
every NFL team have workouts?
Pretty much. They all do it now.
Crazy. Huh?
Yeah, it's almost, and it's always against that team in week 2 who
How
you
come
are.
ours haven't been here?
But it's going to be lit at the MEC next year, though.
Yeah, he said, Peterson
said next
basically
year.
said next year he wants to do
Ooh,
it.
it's going to be a party. Oof.
Bring them boys down here into the Florida heat. Let's get
Yeah.
Detroit down here next year. Let them melt.
Kill them.
We'll whip their tails.
We haven't had one here since, what, the Bucks back in the day? It's been a while.
It was like 60 degrees in Detroit last night.
Nice. Yeah, it's that
Them
time of year.
Them boys up there, those Jaguar players, they're going to be in heaven right now
this
in
is
about an
awesome.
hour. They're going to walk out there and go,
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to
Oh.
beat some of this Lions A,
Oh.
man. Y'all don't know how lucky you got it.
give me, where's, I don't even know who plays.
Like, it's too bad. Like, you make a fair point,
Mhm.
but some of this implied home field advantage we get from the early season heat games, like Kansas City's as hot as we are.
Oh, yeah.
Like when they come here, it's not. That's
It
not
ain't
gonna be.
that- yeah.
You need to get like the Lions or the Vikings, the Packers we had one year.
Yeah,
They'll fall
yeah.
out like flies.
Oh, yeah. Where's
do you
he? They'll run to the bench to sit in front
Patriots,
of that cool unit.
you know, we got them early
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
years ago and beat that
Who do you
rear
think is
end.
more prone to get into a skirmish on the
Today?
Jags? Yeah. If there's a player that you think
there'll
would
be
get
a
into
skirmish.
who do you think it would be?
That's a good question. I can come up with an answer.
Well, Trayvon is a skirmish guy. He damn sure is.
Yeah, he got a couple of late hits, so that's a
okay.
good guess. We haven't
Um,
seen him yet.
I like two. I like Rayshawn. I like they don't
Rayshawn
like,
could get into
oh,
one.
Yeah.
I could see.
Dewey will lose, but he'll fight you.
Come on, man.
Right? Dewey will fight you.
Trevor.
He'll lose.
Trevor does have some some
yeah.
dog in him. He's like, I've seen some of those
Cincinnati.
those
Urban's year,
microphones.
that's what I knew he
Well,
taught that talk.
and he was doing it last year. I like getting hit. Hit me
Yeah.
again.
He's probably past it, but Brandon Sheriff used to brawl.
Yeah,
He's a brawler.
I
but
think
he
any
probably
of
like-
those linemen would brawl.
He probably is like, I ain't
They're
brawling.
mutters, whatever.
It was
The
fun.
stuff
What the Jets in Carolina got no Jets on Jets. The Jets on Jets got into like 10 fights one day, and Salah just let them go. He just let them keep fighting, and then they
Some of those
finally-
coaches don't play that.
Yeah.
They'll take them off and.
But it was funny. Like it was almost like the bullpen. Like when you're on the sideline and your own team's fighting each
Yeah.
other, they put their helmets on and they run in. It's
Right.
almost like coming in from the bullpen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right, we'll take a break. We got Freddie T coming up right here on the drill.
It's a Betros Plumbing Wednesday on 1010XL.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
We may not have the most talent. We're not the biggest or strongest. But we've got something no one else has. We're 1010XL. Let's get them.
People often ask me, Lee, do I have to take the roadside sobriety tests?
The answer is no. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett. Auditioning for your freedom on the side of the road can be nerve-wracking. And although your refusal might be used in court, in many cases, it's better to think twice and talk with an attorney first. I have 25 years of experience defending those accused of DUIs and criminal charges all over Northeast Florida. I'm from here, I live here, and I'm here to help you if you need me. I love fighting for your rights. Know Before You Blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here. Hurricane season is upon us. That's why I always recommend Patriot Roofing Services, specializing in all types of commercial, residential roofing and repairs, gutters, sun tubes, skylights, 10-year workmanship warranty, financing is available, military and senior citizen discounts, no subcontractors. Give my buddy Mark a call, 982-4052, licensed and insured, or go to Patriot Roofing Services online.
Are you ready for the ultimate happy hour experience? Look no further than Bellwether, downtown's undisputed champion of good times. It's Tuesday through Saturday from 4 to 7 p, with the exception on Friday when happy hour starts at 11 a.m. Rally the team and head over to Bellwether. The vibe is cool and the food is unbeatable. Free parking after 6 p on weekdays and all weekend. Bellwether Restaurant, where great food and the best happy hour in town come together for an epic win.
If your hair is thinning and you're looking for an easy solution that will restore your hair, check out IHRS PRP Platelet-Rich Plasma. PRP, using your own platelets and cells to restore your hair where it's thinning. Combined with their FDA-approved laser hair therapy and pharmaceutical-grade products, all three will deliver one better result. Call IHRS now for a free evaluation and to find out if their PRP 45-minute treatment will work for you. Now there is a solution for any man or woman with any degree of hair loss. And it's all in one place. Call 904-777-IHRS. IHRS has been restoring hair for over 30 years. The staff at IHRS knows what it's like to lose their hair. And that's why they're ready to help you grow your hair back.
Schedule your free hair and scalp analysis today. Call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or visit hair4me.com.
ET here for the Aesthetic Center. Come on, guys. It's time to shed that dad bod and score sculpted abs in just 4 easy treatments of the M-Sculpt Neo with Dr. Rappaport. Each treatment is equal to 20,000 crunches. No downtime, and it's not invasive. No more hiding under them baggy shirts. Get ready to show off your six-pack like your boy on game day. Call 808-2455 to get started. That's 808-2455. Or book an appointment online at jacksaestheticcenter.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Ackerman Urology is now servicing the Beaches community. If you have elevated PSA, prostate, bladder, or kidney issues, plan to see the experts at Ackerman Urology right away at the new location on Atlantic and Hodges Boulevard.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
This is Ellen Darley, and for almost 30 years, Darley's Plumbing has been known as a winning company for local homeowners, business owners, and our employees. And Darley's is an equal opportunity employer, now hiring for experienced plumbers and helpers. We provide excellent pay rates, great hours, affordable health insurance, and we've got plenty of work for you. So call us today, because we're hiring plumbers and helpers now at Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
Sports injuries are a common issue for both adults and children. Dr. George Barry here, and as a specialist in orthopedic care, the team at Barry Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here in Jacksonville provides comprehensive diagnosis and treatment of all types of sports injuries. With additional training in sports medicine and more than 30 years of experience, the team is available to care for your entire family and help you have fun and stay active. Visit us today at BarryOrthopedics.com.
And don't forget to check out Breaking Bones Sunday morning, 7:30 on 1010XL.
The house is taking a beating this summer with all the in and out. Time to call Zero Res. Right now, Zero Res offering the hottest price of the year on towel and grout cleaning. Get your towel and grout cleaned and sealed for 25% off. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. Former Gator QB Anthony Richardson is being thrown into the fire when it was announced he will be the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts this season. Richardson beat out former Jag QB Gardner Minshew for the starting gig. In a ranking of SEC quarterbacks, UF's Graham Mertz was number 14. However, his honor was with being named the starting QB for the Gators.
You know what this program has been, who has come through here. It's my duty to respect that and honor that every day.
The University of North Florida's men's basketball team announced on Tuesday they'll open up the season at home for the first time in 11 years. They'll have road games at Iowa, LSU, Florida State, Georgia, and Miami to highlight its non-conference schedule. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports updates, sponsored by Batteries Plus. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 9:05 and it's 82 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's ring up another guest on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
Here's the handoff to Taylor, looking for some cutback. He finds some room. Look at Fred go. He's across the 30. Look at him run. Fred's going. He's at the 50, the 40. They won't stop him. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. 80 yards. Fred Taylor.
Never gets old.
I like the 90 yards.
That was better. Yeah.
90 yards.
Yeah, I don't know who should be interviewing who here, Hick. You understand our man Freddie T. Thanks, Freddie, for joining us. He's like broadcast extraordinaire now. This podcast they had was hotter than heck. It's gotten even better now. The pivot with him and Ryan Clark and your old friendly Gator.
Channing Crowder.
Yeah. Correct.
How are you, Fred?
Yep. I'm good. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
What's up, Dan, Jeff?
Good to talk to you.
Great to catch up with
Saw you last year in Canton, and I told you then I'm going to see you there again soon. You know what? You have changed my mind on athletes promoting themselves for these kinds of things, because if you weren't as vocal and fair about what you're saying, I don't think you would be as on the radar as you now. I'm going to stand by. I'm a high confidence level that you're getting in sooner rather than later. The numbers, it's going to go from a subjective argument to an objective one, Fred. At some point, the top 30 is all going to be in, and you'll still be sitting there at 17. But tell folks why it's so important for you to get your due.
You know, Jeff, I think, when you look at everything, basically, it's okay to talk about your achievement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's okay to talk about your successes, especially when you've worked hard, you've earned, a certain right. But I don't want it to be confused that I'm saying I earned the right to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying that, but I earned the right to have joy in what I did on the field, and I don't talk about it a lot. And there's a difference between guys that complain when making an argument about whether they belong in Canton. I just say, look at the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for me to say, look at the numbers, hear what Hall of Famers are saying.
Right.
The Hall of Famers that I've played against, the Hall of Fame, the coaches with Hall of Fame potential. I've played against several of them. When teams face the Jaguars, they said, we got to stop Fred Taylor. They said that from 1998 until 2008, after my last season there in Jacksonville. You can look at so many things, and you can obviously pull stats out of the air as well.
Right.
And they it's a situation where it seems that certain things are, pick and chosen. They pick and choose what they want, whether it's someone with a short career, you make argument for that. If it's somebody with a long-established career, you make argument for that. So it's a matter of trying to sort out what is the criteria.
Yeah.
Whether it's for someone in my era, the eras before me, or the post-era, eras after me. What is going to be the criteria? Is it championships? We have several guys in the Hall of Fame that don't have championships, that have good numbers and have good notoriety, probably had 1 or 2 years where they led the league in some category, but then they had tremendous fall off. Is it Pro Bowls? We know that's a joke. Now you have the Pro Bowl games. Will that be a qualifier for this next era? And again, you tend to pick and is it awards, NFL awards? all pros, all this, all that. Like, what exactly is it? And we don't know. So it's a group of selectors that say, let's compare this to this, or let's compare how much of a superstar he was in our eyes, and we're gonna pretty much just sign him off. And that's usually what happens when it comes to the guys that are bubble guys or middle tier guys. If you're a first ballot, then it's no question.
Yeah,
you just stand up and say, "I present you,
right,
Tom Brady." That's what that should be,
right,
and that should be it, right?
Right.
But everyone else, unfortunately, there has to be some sort of, small campaign, and no one should ever take to Twitter and say, "Oh, I belong," and that hasn't been me. My statements really are just what they are. They're just statements of truth, statements of fact, and you don't see me out here complaining and shooting off at the selectors. You guys need to do it. No way. When it's time, it's time.
Yeah.
And that'll be the time.
Well, listen, there's a couple things here to unpack. Fred Taylor, our guest on the program, and listen, you talked about the stats. Well, you have the stats, and we've gone over them, forever. But to me, it was always me and Jeff used to talk about this all the time, way back when. And if you're in the top 20 of anything that's been around for 100 years, I don't know how you're not a Hall of Famer. That's number one. But even more so than the stats and the yards per carry, Fred, which you were up there with Jim Brown and Barry Sanders, and that kind of company, and the 1,000-yard seasons, and watching you up close. But to me, the video, the highlights, if you just watch the highlights.
You don't see a lot of guys running it like that today.
My goal, my hope, my prayer for you is we got to get you in the room. We got to get them in the room where they have to discuss, and they have to tell us. Because, Freddie, it's weird. We talk to the Hall of Fame voters. We get them on from time to time, and we ask about Fred Taylor, and they always say, oh, yeah, he's in. He's well, then, if everyone we talk to tells us you're in, you'd already be in. So they're not exactly being 100% truthful, I think, or they come to the vote, and maybe they vote other people. But the minus the championship, I guess, you have everything going your way. So hopefully that will come your way here sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it'll happen. Like I said, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Right.
And obviously, God's timing is the perfect timing. So, much like you guys, you heard voters, the selectors say, "Well, you're deserving of this."
Sure.
And I've met a ton of these guys. I think I'm a third of the way there of guys that have said, you definitely will have my vote. But there are certain things that come into play, and it's what it is when you're a bubble guy or considered a bubble guy like myself. I don't think I'm a bubble guy. I think I definitely have been as good as a lot of guys that are in there.
Maybe
that's
finalist. Finalist is a better word than bubble guy, right?
Yeah.
You're in that. You're making that kind of group of that's there.
Yeah.
There's a dirty little secret, Fred, on how to get into the Hall, and maybe you were exposed to it just a little bit when Dan and I were up there, but. Tony Baselli jumped up on our hickory stump about 12 years ago, and we made him make a promise to us. We said, Tony, if we get you into the Hall of Fame, will you mention us in the speech? And we sat there next to you last year, and perhaps you were surprised when you heard Tony say this.
Yeah.
It all starts with Dan Hickett and Jeff Foster.
Now, we may have edited it. We may have increased them. So if at any point you would like to jump up on our hickory stump and lay down your fiddle, we can guarantee you into the Hall. But could you imagine the story if these two mokes with two different Hall of Famers?
It all starts with Dan Hickett and Jeff Foster.
Hey, that is so good. And if that's what it takes, man, I'm willing to sell my soul right now.
Amen.
You see what I just did there,
Because Canton is immortality, it's football, immortality, and I think it's worth it. But no, seriously, you guys have been, great, during my career. You've never been one of those media guys that are looking for bad angles. Starting back, obviously, we got some biasness here, with us all being Gators.
Correct.
And so, I mean, you guys took it easy on me, and you looked out for me over my career. So, it's easy to give a shout out without even.
Well, you made it easy for us to take it easy.
Hickory stump.
Yeah, yes. Hey, Fred, boy, congrats on the pivot, by the way. Very successful. Seems
Appreciate
like
it.
you can get whoever you want, but I saw
I
recently.
wish. We wish.
Really?
It's
Golly.
not that, it's not that we can't. Well, first, respectfully, we can't get whoever we want because there are some people out there that we would love to have.
Okay.
And the people we try to get, sometimes it comes down to simple things such as, scheduling, planning things out.
Sure.
When they're ready, we might be on the West Coast doing 3 shows. When something else is going on, we might have to jet to Philly just to grab a show, which is where we are now.
Nice.
Getting ready to do an Eagle. And I'm coming in here and I'm thinking, dang, this is sweet, man. I land. I'm on Terminal B. I'm connected. I'm at the Philly Airport Marriott, something quick and convenient.
Yep.
That's not too far from their facility. I walk across the Sky Bridge, and now I turn into OJ on the old commercial back in the day. I'm stepping over homeless people. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, boy.
This is going from convenience to scary.
Oh,
yeah.
So now I've got to, like I'm doing running bags over the homeless people. I'm like, dang.
Run, Freddie, run.
Exactly.
That's up.
Exactly.
What
so
was,
I get in the hotel, and it's nice inside the hotel, but again, it's convenient. We're here, but we're always on the move, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
To try to make it happen.
You, what was Trevor's podcast like? We've heard clips of it, obviously. What's your experience? What's your impression of the Jag signal caller?
And how good they can be this year, primarily because of him, Fred, or in large part.
Obviously, first I'll answer that one first. I think we can all agree that the success is going to run through the quarterback. Look at the turnaround a year ago. Football is the greatest sport, the greatest team sport, no doubt about that. And it takes several facets to achieve success. It takes a little luck. It takes the ball bouncing in your way. It also takes every now and then their refs calling the call that they're supposed to call. Wink, wink, Kansas City game, quarterback roughing. Got to make those calls when you're supposed to. But it's going to start with the quarterback. He has to be the leader. He has to be the guy that demands that sense of urgency, that the man that commands the team to move forward. It comes through the quarterback. All successful teams has that voice, and I think Trevor, he's in position where the guys are able to buy in. They believe in him. It's as simple as turning on a film, and we spoke about this on the pod. Turning on the film, that Chargers game, and to see he didn't flinch. You want to see that in your leaders, especially at that position. Yeah, I wasn't having the best day, but I'm not giving up. And as we said on the show, I'm still going to sling it, because if I don't, we're definitely going to lose. So I got to continue to have that mindset. I got to play with the utmost confidence, and I got to lead these men. So I think they can have success. He sounded so excited to have Ridley, to have his core of receivers. They communicate, they work together this offseason. I think they're ready to go. Travis Etienne in year 2, basically year 3, but year 3, but basically year 2 on the field.
Right.
I think his awareness and the speed of the game is just going to continue to slow down for him. I think he's ready to make a leap, and having that great passing game, it'll create more opportunities for him. So I think we'll see where the offense has an opportunity to take off. From a defensive standpoint, they're going to have to definitely go out there and really step it up again. And I think they will, because everybody's back.
Now,
They have
Fred,
the entire defense back. So that should translate to consistency, better communication, and trust, which is what you need from the defense. And in turn, that should create more success opportunities. And I think the Jags has an opportunity to be a double-digit win team this year.
Now, Fred, looking from the outside in, we got to sit down and watch Fred, or we got to watch Trevor for 2 years, and we feel like we kind of learned something about him, what type of leader he is. Now, after you got to sit down and talk to him on your podcast, shout out to Pivot Podcast, what did you learn? Like, what did you learn from him that you did not know originally?
Well, one thing I learned was that I think back in high school, they were getting ready for a game, and I think squirrels fell through the ceiling or something. So they're in the middle of getting ready to go out, and the ceiling just collapsed in it. I think it was squirrels or something like that.
You know what it means when squirrels fall through the ceiling up there in Cartersville, Georgia? Free dinner. That's what it means. Free dinner.
But no, I just think, just to sit there and just hear him speak with, he just exudes confidence. He doesn't worry about the expectations. He's been able to handle that on each and every level and eventually find success. And he believes in, he doesn't believe in anything fast. He understands that there's a process.
Right.
And he wants to go through that process to get to where he's always been, which is a champion. So as long as he stays the course, I believe he can make that happen with the right pieces in Jacksonville. He can definitely make that happen.
I got one last question for you. I don't know if you want to, single anyone out. Do you have a favorite running back in the league right now? Or at the same time, can you tell us who you think is the best running back in the league right now?
You know what? I like so many of those guys, man. And I like running styles.
Mm-hmm.
I just love different running styles and abilities. The output is the output. I understand, having played a position, that sometimes you have the luck of the whole.
Right.
Sometimes you can look at a guy's ability and also see that he's not getting any blocking. You can't do anything without that. But I like running styles. I like effort and ability that comes from certain guys. I could tell you Nick Chubb is someone who I absolutely love. Just the way he handles his business as a pro. He reminds me of me. We had him on the pod 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and he was great. Saquon Barkley, a guy who reminds me of me with his jump cut ability and ability to be able to get back north, has amazing lateral movement. Jonathan Taylor, obviously, the 28, the Taylor on his back.
He reminds me of you, but he's not as big, so it's not there.
No,
but
he's not as big. Derrick Henry, when you get into the big running backs, he's a absolute dog. Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara,
the freak.
Yeah. All those guys, man. I don't know who I'm missing.
A lot to
right
like.
here.
That's what I said. You single out one, and you're gonna end up going down the line. There's a bunch of good. What do you think of ETN? What's his ceiling, Fred? I mean, it's certainly a different style.
He was tougher than we thought. The way he ran it up between the tackles last year. I shouldn't say tougher, but we were surprised how
physical he was.
Physical he was.
I think you get that because he's decisive.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that when a back is decisive, when he's gonna put his foot in the ground and go, and he creates his. He's not big either.
Right.
But he's elusive. He creates his power through his explosiveness, through, again, just how he runs. He has good pad level, I believe, and he's just one cut a lot of times when he sees it and he goes. And he does fall forward. I don't see him getting knocked back a ton. So finishing forward is what you want from your backs. I think Travis, again, this year, he'll have an opportunity to get out there. He's a great slashing running back. Inside, outside zone, I think those are some assets that he brings to the table, and that'll help the team get into their play action packages. But I don't know how high his ceiling is, but he's a guy that I think if he can stay healthy, the sky's the limit. I think he can do 1,300 yards this year or greater if he plays all 17 games, which is weird to say, 17 games.
Yeah.
But if he's able to play the duration of the season, you should easily be able to see him get 13 yards with the addition of Ridley. That should create some opportunities in the pass game for the team, but also opportunities in the run game for the running backs.
Freddie, we're up against it, but I want to get your opinion on this, and I know, and I assume you could probably talk eloquently for 20 minutes about this, but when you watch what Saquon went through this year and the running back salary structure, how do you as a guy who played the game at the highest level and had to go through some of this stuff and the wear and tear that playing that position, which is probably the toughest position to play in the NFL in terms of the hits and such. How do you respond to that stuff that the guys have been talking a lot about this offseason?
Sometimes illusions come with it. Yeah, you're a target. You have 11 guys chasing you, but you're not always gonna get hit by all of the guys.
Right.
The runners have the runners are smart guys. They know when they get down, know when not to take the big shot. And when you talk about injuries happen to all of us. We understand they try and pull out data that say, well, you're more susceptible to injuries, but actually, guys, you can run a swing route and pop your ACL, or you can run a slant and not get touched and pop your ACL. You can run your DB off knowing you're not getting the ball and pop your ACL. Injuries are part of the game. They happen. I don't think that should be the determining factor in determining the value of a position. But I do get it, right? So I understand it. I understand that sports evolve. Look at NBA. The center was the team's success went through the center, much like the team's success that went through the run game. And that was a time when running backs were, considered top dogs, and they went 1, 2, 3 in the draft. And just like the NBA, nowadays it's not so much. NBA, you can be 7'2", center height, playing shooting guard, or small forward. So the game has changed. Same thing with the NFL. They've created rules that have made the scores, back in the day, 20-7 was a blowout. Nowadays, teams are scoring 35, 40 points because of the rules changes, and through the rules changes, it's kind of gradually diminished the value of the running back position, because now it's a passing league, I believe, but you still need an amazing running back to get those things done. They're in a recessive period when it comes to running back pay, because maybe they set the bar too high and what they wanted to give the position, and that was only because of what the position demanded. They still demand and require a lot. You got to do all the fundamentals. You got to be able to run, catch, and block. That's what we do. That's what they have to be great at, and it's not easy. They think we just run the ball. No, we do all those other things too. So there should be some value in that. In no way should there ever be a third receiver getting paid more than a starting running back.
That's
which
fair.
which is ridiculous.
Right.
And they got to find a way, because everything I'm saying, there's some validity to it in theory, but I think it all matters. It'll all matter when the paperwork is done. Not until the next CBA happens, that position will actually get what they deserve right now. And it has to be done in black and white ink. What stands out to me more than anything is that franchise tag, how teams abuse it. Yeah, they tried to adopt a different strategy for it in the last CBA, but again, they just shorten it because you can only be tagged twice now as opposed to what it used to be. And I think that should change. Maybe it have escalators in year 2 of the franchise tag if you're going to tag the player. Because the strategy is you get a guy at 22, he plays out his rookie deal he's now 28, you tag him for a year, he's 29, and then you get to use something against him, which is his age, and you get to say, well, the decline in that position happens at 29, 30, 31. No way I'm going to give you a long-term deal. But if you're going to franchise tag me again when I'm 29, 30, it should be some sort of bonus attached to that, which should come in the form of escalator or something like that. But, again, I don't know. They have to figure it out. And until then, the position will just continue to be looked upon as a devalued position, and these guys will be disgruntled and might not show up and display as much effort as they should. I don't know.
Freddie, we appreciate you, especially taking some time out on the road up there in Philly. I look forward to catching up with you a bunch over the course of the year as the Jaguars hopefully get good and stay there for a while. And as always, you've got 2 endorsers of your Hall of Fame candidacy right here. And if you ever want to take us up on the Hickory Stump, you know where to find us.
The Pivot Podcast.
Well, I know I got 3 actually because
ET
ET
too.
always
Yeah,
looks
that's
out
true.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
But man, love you guys, man. Thanks for the opportunity as always.
Mm-hmm.
Just wishing you guys nothing but success, man, moving forward as well.
Thank you, brother.
Brock Marion still chasing.
All right,
See you, Freddie.
Thank you, Fred. Have a great day. There he goes. That's Fred Taylor. You know him, you love him, and I believe one day Canton Bound we'll get him there eventually. And I don't know, we could have another in. Oh, fun with audio. Could be on our way. It's a Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday. We will make the turn for home. What are we going to see? What's trending today? What are we doing? Yeah. All right, we'll see what's trending. No? Oh, maybe we'll go New York City headlines. We'll do something. We're contractually obligated. Next.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Now, the Lamb Rant, brought to you by the best bet card rooms of Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine.
The Jaguars were a poor tackling team last year. So were the Gators. In fact, those teams at all levels tackle poorly. What happened to stick them between the numbers and knock their heads off? The fundamentals of tackling. Well, the rules happened. I've gotten over getting frustrated about missed tackles. Stick them between the numbers and knock their heads off are now illegal. 15-yard penalties. I sympathize, not criticize today's defensive players. They've been handcuffed. A play in the Jaguars-Cowboys exhibition last Saturday epitomizes what I'm talking about. Jag safety Andrew Wingard was flagged when his helmet collided with the Dallas receiver's head. Wingard lowered his shoulder and was going for the chest of the receiver, but at the last second the receiver instinctively lowered his head and out came the yellow flags. Sure, defenders should wrap up better on outside runs, but they might be flagged for hitting too high or too low.
My partners had told me I should get my knee replaced. I was in my 40s, and I decided that I wouldn't do that.
That's orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Herzog, who found regenerative medicine years ago and became a believer.
It changed my life around. It improved me to a point where I was able to jog again.
That's when Dr. Herzog switched his focus from surgery to helping his patients with natural biologics.
I've treated at least 5,000 patients. I believe your body has everything it needs to heal itself.
Today, you'll find Dr. Herzog at QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in this exciting field of medicine that can give lasting pain relief with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery.
I have patients coming up to me that I did 10 years ago saying, Doc, my elbow's still working great. I'm playing tennis 3 days a week.
Call QC Kinetics now to explore alternative ways to deal with your pain. It's a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Hey Jacksonville, this is 17-time PGA Tour winner Jim Furyk inviting you to join me and the legends of the PGA Tour for the 3rd annual Constellation Furyk and Friends presented by Circle K, October 2 through 8 at Timuquana Country Club. Public parking is free, along with complimentary tournament access for our military, courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Go to Ticketmaster to get your tickets today, and if you're not traveling to London to watch the Jags this fall, join us Sunday morning in the Publix Tailgate Village to catch the game on the big screen. For more information, visit ConstellationFurykandFriends.com.
With Golden Hammer Roofing, enjoy the benefits of their 5-year workmanship warranty. Peace of mind knowing you're protected. There's no out-of-pocket should you have an issue. Having a transferable warranty is a key home selling point for the future. If there's an issue, we've been in the business for over 30 years and will answer the phone. Call or visit Golden Hammer today for their 5-year workmanship warranty.
Golden Hammer Roofing and Gutters.
Golden Hammer!
The golden standard in roofing.
Clearwater. John, I can't even mow my side yard. It's so soggy. Man, my builder sucks. Brent, calm down. This is a common problem in neighborhoods where houses are built too close together. You need gutters and a properly installed French drain that will soak up subsurface water. We can completely dry it up. So I can take my builder off my speed dial now, huh? Yeah, we got you, buddy. Let that builder bitterness go.
Clearwater irrigation and drainage too.
We're the only animal on the planet that pretends like the female of our species is weak. Have you guys ever met a woman?
Helmets and heels.
Not weak at all.
Driven by Tire Outlet.
And presented by Underwood Jewelers.
Great, so we're all good?
Tuesday nights at 6.
On 1010XL.
Hey, Matt Hayes here. Expert Automotive is now open at our brand new state-of-the-art facility on St. John's Bluff Road. As always, every repair comes with a lifetime service repair warranty. Come celebrate our grand reopening by getting a free AC inspection, $50 off any repair, $199 brake specials, and free diagnostics all month long. Call 374-3373 or visit us at our new location at 2190 St. John's Bluff Road. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. If you're looking for a real solution to your thinning hair or hair loss, call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS.
What's causing your hair to fall out? Can your hair grow back? Get to the root of your problem with IHRS Hair and Scalp Analysis. This analysis magnifies your hair and scalp 400 times to see what procedures can restore your hair. Call right now for your free analysis, 904-777-IHRS, or visit hairforme.com. Stop wasting money on solutions that don't work. IHRS has been restoring hair for men and women for over 30 years. They are the only clinic to offer the trademarked multi-unit hair grafting PRP platelet-rich plasma and the NeoGraft FUE hair transplant procedure.
Schedule your free hair and scalp analysis today. Call 904-777-IHRS or visit hair4me.com. Hairforme.com.
Your quick and easy solution for paying the lowest price on car insurance is Estrella Insurance. E to the T here and start saving the big bucks and pay less today. Call 1-800-CAR-INSURANCE and see for yourself. That's 1-800-CAR-INSURANCE or visit EstrellaInsurance.com.
Toilet or shower not draining? Water bill high? So many issues you want to cry? Call Mr. Rooter of Jacksonville. Have your number 2 business serviced by your number 1 plumber. Let us do your dirty work. Call us today.
Mr. Rooter, Mr. Rooter. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville.
Harden wanted to trade to the Clippers, then Harden should have opted out of all his cash.
We back, baby!
I ramble about sports even in the break. I'm just saying, as if James Harden wants to play for the Clippers so bad, why did he not take all that money and go into free agency? Then you could have gone to the Clippers. These guys want it, cake and eat it too, don't they? Man, James Harden at this point is absolutely 100% persona non grata. I don't want that guy anywhere near my organization. He stinks. And by the way, you found out in games 6 and 7. He was a star in games 1 and 4, and then with a 3-2 lead and needing to close out the Celtics, he went AWOL and completely disappeared. So that's what he does. He's a choker. And I don't want him anywhere near me. He's not young. I don't know why I give this guy the airtime, bro. I mean, he's just a mild upgrade up from Ben Simmons as an impact.
Oh, come on.
Maybe that's not fair.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Well, I will say this. He ain't been any further than Ben Simmons has in anything, and he's been doing it for an awful long time.
Yes, he has.
No, what he did was he rode Durant and Westbrook as the sixth man, not as a main guy, to a finals appearance. He ain't been to a final since then.
Okay, but he's been to some.
What? What's he been to? Think about it.
He hasn't been anywhere.
No,
really, but
he hasn't been anywhere.
He's a league MVP, though.
Yeah, he is a league MVP scorer.
I'm not sure Ben Simmons is going to be getting MVP votes.
I think you're right. Well, he may have, actually. He was first-team All-NBA one year, wasn't he, Ben Simmons?
First-team All-Defense.
Yeah.
I don't know about All-NBA.
He was like third-team All-NBA the year that he didn't shoot the ball, and his whole career ended there.
You leave Jimmy Harden alone.
Jimmy Harden stinks. You can have him.
He doesn't
can stay over there in China. Yeah, when you're counted on to be a player and you 6 and 7 completely wet the bed, you're a choking dog. You stink. You may as well have some guy that you're not counting on.
Oh, well, I don't really want him, but he's a good basketball player.
Oh, is he angling for the Knicks have a chance? Is that what's happening here?
No. Okay. I haven't heard anything. I don't think the Knicks would be interested in him. I don't think so. We doing New York City headlines before we get out of here?
Sure. Start spreading the news. Actual headlines from today's New York City newspapers, too bizarre to make up, so you know they're real.
A brawl like Beckham. Watch video of bloody fight aftermath that caused Beckhams to flee Miami eatery.
The big cities, I mean, Fred just talked about big cities, man. It's like travel at your own risk, it seems, these days.
Meghan Markle glows in rare selfie with friends as Prince Harry's mini tour continues.
Well, she's glowing because he's nowhere near her.
Man, Megan is always glowing. Hey, babe.
You love Mo. If she
Hey,
gonna be,
boo.
hey, she's going to be on the market soon enough.
Bet.
Yeah.
Target reports first quarterly sales drop in 6 years after Pride Month disaster.
Ooh.
Well, and there's also the fact that there's Targets in some areas of the country. You just go in and take what you want. There are no sales. Just
Wild and Out, inside Jay-Z's 40/40 Club and its 20 years of bling, booze, and debauchery.
what is the 40/40 Club?
It's a club a club that he owned up in New York.
What's the 40/40 signify?
You know what? That's a good
Symbolize.
question. I don't know.
I just read them. Tom and Irina have 48-hour romp at chic London hotel as romance heats up.
Arena has already gone so far, I read, it says she's going to drop all of her friends and dedicate herself solely to Tom.
Don't you do that.
The man just strikes gold, doesn't he?
Honey.
Although, didn't we determine she's Cooper's old dude?
Yeah.
Of course, he also took, wasn't Giselle Wolf of Wall Street's girl at one point?
No.
Yes, she was. Giselle was with, who is the Wolf of Wall? What's his name?
Leonardo?
DiCaprio was Giselle.
It's a lie.
Wow, you're the People magazine guy and you don't know that. Major
Dang, media mogul.
lowering on the ranking.
Dogpile. Furious furries fight back after busting man filming them on the beach.
Okay, I don't want to
furries
know what
are fighting back.
Yeah, I don't know what a furry is.
You know what a furry is.
A furry are these human beings that are dressed up in furry clothes having sex on the beach.
Oh my.
Drown them.
Oh,
Can you do that? Take them out of the water and leave them there.
Ankle biters hated rival mocks Yankees with sad and fitting Chihuahua comparison.
I saw. I was watching after the game. Pedro said that. That's Pedro Martinez. I was watching earlier this year. They're like a pit bull has a Chihuahua, and now they are the Chihuahua. It was not. He was trying to make a metaphor. It wasn't didn't seem super personal.
Blast explained cause of deadly Pennsylvania home explosion that left 5 dead revealed.
Amazingly, Dad had gas. I mean, who knew? It was a Whopper. What was it? We don't know.
It
We
was
only
the
read.
water
Heater.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that was crazy, man.
It's awful powerful water. I bet you they always had hot water.
No.
Did people die in that, or was just the house
5
exploded?
people.
What?
Yeah, walking by. A kid and a dad walking past it got blown up.
Wow.
This is crazy. Woman climbs into iconic Rome fountain to fill water bottle.
People are crazy, dude. Did you hear the voicemail that we listened that came to the station last night? People are crazy, dude.
Hey, they're
Here's the problem with the population. It's not that there's a higher percentage of crazy people. It's just there's so many more people. The crazy people are everywhere.
It's true.
Last one, Anthony Michael Hall tried to sneak onto the set while filming National Lampoon's Vacation to see his on-screen mom, Beverly D'Angelo's nude scene.
That does not surprise me, either one of those facts. That's New York City headlines. Brought to you by Pet Paradise. I don't know how proud they are of it. You'll be proud to call Pet Paradise your home away from home for all your pet providing needs, whether you're going out of town and you need some long-term boarding, whether you got something going on and maybe you got home projects or for whatever reason, you need to take your pet there during the daytime. Ultra-modern facilities. This heat, nothing there. They get the bone-shaped pool. Your dog is going to come home happy, worn out, and just ready to chill with you for everything you need done better than anyone else. It's as simple as that. It's Pet Paradise at petparadise.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Sweet summer on 1010 XL. Sweet 1010 XL. Summer.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Who's your hero? Before you answer Superman, I don't mean those heroes. I'm talking our local heroes. Do you know one? Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet want to recognize your hero in a big way. This year, we will recognize local heroes in our community and honor them with a brand new car. That's right, we'll be giving away a brand new car, cash, and free oil changes for life to our local heroes. Visit localwowheroes.com to nominate and vote today. Let's wow our heroes.
Brackish Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, is the smoothest local vodka you can find. Made right here in Jacksonville, Florida, 100% from corn, Brackish Vodka is the local gluten-free choice. Brackish Vodka, for those that live life slightly salty, a proud partner of the Jaguars. The next time you're at Southern Social Whiskey Bar and Lounge and you're looking for something slightly salty, ask for brackish vodka.
E.T. here for the Aesthetic Center. Do you get up a lot at night to go to the bathroom and lose a lot of much-needed sleep? And you can never fully go back to sleep, can you? Am I right? Take a time out on the Emsella chair. Get those pelvic floor muscles strong again. Just a few short sessions will get you back in the game stronger than ever. And guess what, guys? It can also help you out with that ED, if you know what I'm saying. Call 808-2455 to get started. That's 808-2455. Or book an appointment online at jacksaestheticcenter.com.
Since 2014, there has been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. And to celebrate for a limited time, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an unbeatable 4.99 interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. 20-plus communities in the best locations in Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. Get off the sidelines and into the game. Visit DreamfindersHome.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rates available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to DreamfindersHomes.com for more details.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On August 16, 2015 PGA Championship Men's Golf, Jason Day wins, setting a major championship record of 20 under par, beating Jordan Spieth by 3 shots.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. In today's world of retail, how has a store like Underwood stayed viable against the big national stores?
Frank, that's a question with a direct answer. At Underwoods, we've never aspired to be the biggest. What we've always tried to do is be the best. When you take this approach, there's some things that come to mind immediately, like fine quality merchandise bought by buyers that are experts, high levels of service delivered by a staff that are helpful and know what they're doing. Then there's some things that people don't really think about at all, like the finer a gem, the more rare it is. And these gems are not mass producible because they were made by God millions of years ago. Because of that, there just aren't enough of these for the big multi-store retailers to buy and put into their merchandising schemes. So at Underwoods, we buy these finer, rarer gems and create jewelry pieces that the people in Jacksonville expect out of us.
When you want the best, it's Underwoods. Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hey, this is Stevie Beechurst of Beechurst Plumbing. Growing up in Jacksonville, I was always proud when my dad would point at a building and say, I did the plumbing for that. That's the same kind of pride we instill in every plumber here at Beechurst Plumbing. And that's the kind of pride you can expect when you hire Beechurst Plumbing for your home or business. Right now, we're doing summer specials to get your project going. To find out how we can help you, visit BeechurstPlumbing.com. BETROS Plumbing.com. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Hi, this is Lisa the Botanista with the top 10 reasons to join the Freedom Boat Club. Number 10, your life has no meaning. Find it at Freedom Boat Club. Number 9, your spouse wants to put a little more spice in your life. Number 8, you've run out of fun things to do with the kids. Number 7, you've run out of ways to run away from your kids. Number 6, you've always wanted to be cool and pull up to Whitey's or Aunt Kate's by boat. Number 5, you're tired of waiting for an invitation to go on your neighbor's boat. You know, the one that sits in the yard with the dirty cover and the trailer with flat tires. Number 4, you were going to buy one boat, but you want the option of over 80 boats so you can tell your friends one was just not enough. Number 3, you want to meet other like-minded people who have figured out what a great deal Freedom Boat Club is. Number 2, what sounds better? We're spending Saturday doing yard work, or we'll be going on a boat this Saturday. And number 1, you become a Freedom Boat Club member and start enjoying what others have discovered to be the best alternative to boat ownership. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
I'm Sam Nelson. Jaguar General Manager Trent Baalke was feeling good about his rookie class after the first preseason game.
We had 13 guys that we drafted this year. We feel good about all of them at this point.
The Jaguars rewarded defensive lineman Devon Hamilton with a big contract extension in the offseason. As the new season approaches, Hamilton is hitting his groove.
Well, I feel like I'm catching my stride a little bit, and I think I'm getting a lot better.
Mayor Donna Deegan has selected a Chicago-based law firm to represent the city during stadium negotiations with the Jaguars beginning later this month. The Jaguars have designs for a renovated stadium and surrounding sports entertainment district totaling a potential $1 billion investment from the city. That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Tire Outlet, keeping 1010XL on track with wholesale prices and premium service. Tire Outlet, Jacksonville's largest locally owned automotive repair shop.
Hello, Tony.
Good morning.
What do you guys got cooking on a hump day Wednesday as you get ready for Jaguars Day with you and Mike Dempsey?
Yeah, we'll check in with Demetrius Harvey, who's still here in town, didn't make the trip up to Detroit for the practices, but he's been out at all the training camp practices, obviously, so we'll get his take on what he's seen from this team so far. John Oehser, we will check in with today in the second hour as well, who is up in Detroit, as the Jags will be on the field here in about 30 minutes. To go to scrimmage with the Lions.
I feel like it will get testy because I feel like Dan Campbell's teams have just got like that kind of energy about them, you know.
Kneecap biting energy.
Right.
Yeah.
When your intro press conference about, you know, kneecap biting, you think they're going to bring it a little bit. And I think these coaches hate inter-squad fights even more than fights within their own team because now you're imposing your nonsense on another team. And, you know, wait till the day when we get in one of these camp skirmishes and a big important player is lost for the year. It may have happened in the past and I've forgotten, but wait till that happens.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen, you know, teammates hit each other in the eye. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen that kind of thing.
Well, last year was Aaron Donald swinging the helmet at unhelmeted Bengals players, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was a good old
Alpha
days.
blood.
Yeah.
Well, have a great show.
Thank you.
E?
Now, today's takeaways, brought to you by Key Buick GMC, where our family dealership has been helping families buy vehicles for over 50 years.
I learned 2 things today on
Did
this
you?
program.
Okay. Only 2?
I learned fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
About?
Lottery ticket 2 weeks in a row in Jacksonville. Didn't buy either.
I learned that. That's a takeaway.
That hurts. And I learned that Mookie had a fan name his daughter after him.
Apparently, we both learned that.
Did that twice.
Only one of us wasn't aware.
Fool me once.
Yeah.
That's my learnings. That's what I got for you.
Yeah.
What'd you take away?
Well, I had a few takeaways from today.
Well, you only get one.
That I love the TV show Yank Spankers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I learned that. You may be like Crank Yankers. I like Yank Spankers.
That'll work.
Watch it 2 nights in a row. I'm going to try and watch one more episode.
If y'all get y'all's name in that Hall of Fame conversation, there's a small likelihood that my name might get mentioned.
Yeah.
That's big for you.
That's
You know,
huge.
we've kind of been down that road already. But
Been
yeah,
there, done
that
that.
would.
We're not afraid to ask.
Yeah, when we all kind of learned that Anthony Richardson would be the starter. That actually broke yesterday, but that's no surprise. In fact, I don't even understand the argument anymore of sitting him. Like, I don't even think there's an argument anymore for sitting a top 5 pick, to be honest. So,
all right, well, that'll do it to it. This one's in the books.
The Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. We will see you tomorrow.
It all starts with Dan Hickett and Jeff Prosser.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Giving Jaguars